I don't know what kind of temperatures you guys are having over there the last couple of days, but over here, holy mac, I've been sweating. If you thought I was glistening on the unboxing, you need to see me now. It has been absolutely crazy. How is it over there?
It's hot, man. It's hot. It's humid. It's like
Holy
the
mac.
world is this global warming. How about that?
I'm contemplating putting the mattress in the backyard, to be honest.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Eddie.
I'm Jonathan.
KG.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting. We have a great show planned for you guys tonight. Some new hot toys, some new third-party stuff, a great discussion on new versions of previously released figures, and more. Big shout out to Watto Scrapyard 16 Corner and Manscaped for sponsoring tonight's episode. Before we get into any of that, let's kick it off with the world's favorite podcast segment.
It's new this week.
Dylan, what'd you get into this week?
I didn't get much. I won't talk about too much because I was a little sad about it. So I'm a big fan, obviously, of like King Kong and Godzilla. I got Mezco's cheap King Kong figure, the small one, so it's I think like $30 to $35. The head sculpt is great. Everything about it is $30 worth. It's super heavy, but the legs, it is damn near a statue, and to get it to stand is really hard for like a Kong figure. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got. I have stuff coming down the pipeline with a lot of new things coming out. Eddie, what about you?
You're muted.
You're on mute.
Yeah, that might happen a lot. Sorry. I haven't got anything like last week, but since the last show, I have my first sideshow clone trooper. I told Dean knows about it because I asked him if they're good or not. I know Dean's been buying a lot of clone troopers and he collects them a lot, so I wanted to get his feedback. But I got the sideshow Utapau clone trooper, and the guy he modded it to have like the captain skirt, or is it captain commander skirt?
Yeah, the comma.
So it has one of those. It's cool. I've opened it up. The figure's cool. It seems pretty good. I know some of the sideshow clones like have loose bodies and they don't hold up the best, but it looks like this one's pretty good. I can go grab it and like show you guys really quick when John goes, because that's I think for like 6 scale and above, that's everything I got. I got a bunch of Black Series clone troopers coming in. Like I got this statue that we talked about on In and Out's, the Commander Cody.
That's a gorgeous one.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy. Most of it has been 112 scale stuff though.
Yeah.
Dude, that I know we're gonna talk about it, but those 501st troopers, I should have some of those coming from Stevens when those finally come in. But yeah,
we have
next.
Toy Mafia in the chat. DA Collector Comics, Sean Usby, Joe P says finally I'm not at work or sleeping for work. Mark says fashionably late, y'all better be dolled up. Happy Tuesday to all y'all beautiful bastards. Equan says Scarface taught me to get the money, power, and woman. Golden life lesson. Danny Lee Comics in the chat. Scott Bradley 2, John the Everyday Collector, Maestro. Look at that. The Who's Who, the 210, Pemricas. What's up, CW fam?
Goddamn,
lots of comments. Manny says it's Dino K. Hey, your guess is as good as mine. Mark says, Dylan, did you order your Lawnmower 4.0 yet? Using promo code Collecting Weekly to get 20% off. What a guy. Joe P says Dylan has the best background. John, did you get anything this week?
I don't have anything in. I'm playing here by myself, waiting for my Hot Toys. They're taking forever.
Aldo.
IG11.
Playing with yourself?
Playing with this.
Playing with yourself.
You know, twiddling the thumbs.
Amigos?
Twiddling the thumbs. Hot Toys, IG11. What's taking so long? Like, come on. And
KG,
I have that on pre-order and the Scout Trooper.
Well, I got nothing in today, but I did get a shipping notice from my IG11. It got shipped today, so.
Hey,
you should check it out. Maybe it might got shipped for you,
No,
too.
I didn't get anything yet.
Yeah.
So
they leave the Canadians for last.
God bless this country. As they should. So this weekend, I was looking online, and Weta makes some fantastic Lord of the Rings stuff. Me and Mark Pearson have been talking a lot of Lord of the Rings lately, and I've been on a little bit of a kick since pre-ordering that Crown Series Gandalf. And online, I was looking at this statue of Gandalf sitting down, and I was roasted for it. I was roasted for it, and I still am gonna get it. But I did the order online, pick up in store option, and they canceled it because the store actually didn't have it in stock. So I ordered it for delivery that's coming Thursday. But I was like, man, I was really looking forward to picking up a Gandalf collectible today. Went to my local comic store, Gravity Damage, which is right down the road, and picked up this Weta Mini Epics Gandalf.
Oh, nice.
And it's like a vinyl, very characterized version of Gandalf, but thank you for that. The painting is great, the sculpting is really good. The only thing I don't like is they have this weird weathering effect that they did to it. I don't think it really sells that well. But this is a really nice statue, and this goes for probably $45 to $50 online, and I picked it up for $25. Mm-hmm. So definitely can't beat that getting it at retail because it's really sold out at a lot of places. So that's it for me for new this week. Nothing too crazy. But definitely looking forward to getting that mini statue. I think it should be here Thursday or Friday, so we will see when that comes in. Nice. But let's get into the news, starting with Hot Toys Mando and Grogu Deluxe. This comes in two versions. You have the regular for $330, or you can pay extra for the deluxe at $375. This comes out October to December 2022. Now, I have a lot of stuff to say about this, and I want to kind of have that discussion towards the middle of the show, and so I want to focus now just on the figure itself. I think the portrait looks really good. I mentioned on In and Outs, I think the facial hair is a bit too dark. He really doesn't have a lot of thickness in that facial hair in the show, but this portrait is fantastic. I think it's just a tiny bit too chiseled in the jaw, but I mean, that's being very nitpicky. I think the amount of accessories it comes with is absolutely fantastic. I think it's nice that they gave us a wired cape, something that the first two versions obviously didn't have. And I think the chrome effect on the armor does look really good. I think the accessories, like I said, it's pretty much all you could want. But there's definitely a lot about the, I don't know what you want to call it, the is it right factor, or is it too soon? But we'll definitely talk about that towards the middle of the show in our discussion point. Mark Pearson coming in with a super chat says, Zach is an angel for helping me start my long expected journey. I'm very excited for Mark. Mark has some stuff in the pipeline, and I'm real excited for his next journey in the collection, in the hobby actually, of podcasting. Dylan, what do you think about this?
I'm butthurt, but yeah, we'll get to that later.
Same.
I'm mainly butthurt because I know the effects that they used, they made the armor shiny. That little thing to me is so cool. And they could have done that before at any point with the Beskar armor, because Captain Phasma has that. I love Captain Phasma, the figure of it. And they could have done it. It looks fantastic. So if they copy that in any way, which it looks like almost identical. Captain Phasma, it's probably not as clean as it should be. It's probably more so like this. But that's going to look really good. I'm really sad. I literally got mine in, and the day they announced this was the day I had to decide if I wanted to return it or not.
Dude,
I just kept it because I didn't want to wait 2 years, but yeah. What about you, Eddie?
It comes with both sets of armor, right? Like the more chrome and the other one, or is
no? This photo
Just
here is
one.
showing the
comparisons.
TMS 14 and 15 versus 51 and 52. Yeah, so this is you get only one set, but it's showing you the difference. So
That would really be.
Yeah, I thought it did. I was gonna say that's awesome that it comes with both, because some people like. I feel like it's always been a debate, like whether or not it was actual chrome or just like silver.
Yeah.
And I always felt the chrome was cool, so I like the chrome. I'm not as butthurt, only because I just sold my deluxe Mando before this one was announced. So
well done.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, it was just luck, honestly. But I think it's awesome. I love everything about it. I obviously think it's the superior release, which I know sucks for people. But yeah, I got no complaints. I love the head sculpt, dude. 10 out of 10 for me. Like, maybe what Zach's saying about the facial hair could be right, but like without have seen any recent pictures of him, and like I haven't seen any of season 2 since it released, in my mind's eye, that's him to me. So I had originally said I didn't need that head sculpt because I didn't like that they showed him without it anyway, just because his religion and everything was like, don't take the helmet off. So I didn't think I needed that, but now that I saw it, it's really good. So hopefully it comes out like that. But yeah, KG, what do you think about this, man?
Look, it's a great release, announcement, but the timing just sucks for many people who did get the first version of the Beskar. I have mine right here on the desk, and obviously you can just tell this was awfully better than the one that we have currently. But yeah, the head sculpt looks great, and I love the chrome effect that we get for this figure. I wish that they did this with the first one. I don't know why they didn't do that. But yeah, just a great figure. Just, the timing sucks for it. I wish it came a little later, so I could save up money for this one. But yeah, it is what it is. So it's a great release.
Yeah, it's a perfect release.
Yeah.
I can't find, again, we'll get into it later on. I can't find any issues with it. The head sculpt, I like the head sculpt because, again, if I pick this figure up, it's going to be I want to do that final scene. I've mentioned it before. I really love that scene where it's this final glance at Grogu and he's saying his goodbye before he passes him on to Luke. But I guess that's a good thing if you have both. You can have one doing that and the other one with the accessories and so forth. But it's the chrome finish on this figure that really, I think, adds to the figure and makes it stand out compared to the original release. Accessories are good. I just think overall, even the way they had them set up with the swoop bike's handle and all the bags and cargo hanging off of it, I think that on a shelf would look awesome and detailed. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to get into it. Then I'll really express how I feel about it. But I think overall as a release, I think it's a really good release. And like we always say, we talk about Hot Toys innovating and companies innovating. And unfortunately it had to be done this way, but they are improving. You have to admit. The price tag's improving as well, increasing, which I think it's a little bit overpriced. But they are doing a better job, definitely. Can't take that away from them.
Mark says we need a Mario birthday announcement. What a guy. Happy birthday, Mario. I think he's
Happy birthday, Mario.
Turning like 64 today.
Man.
What a guy.
64, I think it was retirement. I think he was getting ready for
69?
retirement.
Sean Usby said the issue is that it doesn't have a pram. Hugh says if we get the new Mando plus the bike, that's almost $700. Almost a Queen Studio statue.
Yeah.
Why do we like to pay so much for Hot Toys figures? Yeah, I'm starting the hashtag boycott Hot Toys over this fucking bullshit. But we'll talk about it in a little bit. I don't want to get too negative and ruin this first part of the show. You also have the option, like Hugh mentioned, the swoop bike rather. This one comes in at $285, releasing October to December 2022. John, I know you weren't a big fan that this wasn't packed with the Mando, but I think it's a good idea because, there's people out there that are content with the standard release Mando, and two-packing them, I mean, it's not like you're going to save $30-$40, right? You're still going to pay the total cost of both of them. You're just going to have it in one nice little box. Yeah. But I don't mind this. Comes with Grogu, comes with the little knapsack that he chills out in. I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about it. I think $285. It sounds expensive, but when you compare that to like the Bat Pod or other things like that, I think that's kind of right in line with what I would be expecting for the price point. And if this stand here articulates anything like the speeder bike, which I imagine it would, you're going to be able to get some pretty expressive sort of action poses with it. I know Danny Lee had a great pose with the Scout Trooper sort of leaning down, and so this is going to give you some really neat display options for your display. What do you think, John?
You brought up a valid point. I didn't think of it from that perspective, where people who have the original Beskar don't necessarily want to upgrade to the new one. Yes, makes tons of sense to have it packaged individually away from the figure. This way, those people can get it. I was looking at it from the perspective of, I'm going to pick up the new Beskar one. Why not save on shipping? Right? They could have hidden the accessories underneath the packaging sort of thing, kind of like a one ship, done deal sort of thing. When you bring up the Bat Pod, I just think the Bat Pod pricing, like that came in with a light up feature. The wheels are actual rubber. I just think that the weight to it and the presence of that is a little bit more, stands out a little bit more than this would. Because if we remember with Danny's unboxing of the Scout bike, if that's anything like this, very fragile. The plastic's very fragile.
Yeah.
But fantastic companion piece. You're going to want to set, especially if you're going to get the Scout Trooper, you're going to want to, even if you get Quill, you can have Quill on the speeder. You can have them all on the speeder, depending on your display. I think it's going to look fantastic. Well done to them. We were expecting it. We were all expecting it. KG, what do you think? You're on mute, buddy. KG, you're on mute.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
I mean, for something like this, in the show that's only been an episode, I just don't see the need of having it. I mean, you could say the same thing for Heavy Mando, but at least Heavy Mando has a really great presence on the shelf. This one is a vehicle. I just don't see it in my collection. But, it's a great piece to have with the Mando. I mean, it's a lot of great, posing options.
Mm-hmm.
The weathering is amazing on it. I've seen so many people saying that the Scout Trooper is the weight to it feels sort of light and plasticky. So I'm kind of worried about that for this one. But other than that, it's a good release. But I'm not gonna buy it for $285. And if you compare this with the Bat Pot that was announced 6 months ago, I'd rather pick that one up because it's been in 2 movies and it's a huge. It's a really nice vehicle, so I would rather buy that than this one.
Yeah.
And plus,
it has nice weight to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it has a nice weight to it, and and this one, I just, don't see it in my collection, unfortunately. So there you go.
Yeah, John, that's interesting. You had the point that you wanted this included with the Mando, because I'm not arguing against you or anything. Your reasons are perfectly fine, but.
Do it.
That most collectors, if this was, they would have bitched up a storm if you would have had to choose to get that Mando and get a few other accessories to do this. But it would have been probably cheaper that way, to be honest. They would have given you probably
or at least had the option to purchase it, the 2-pack together.
Yeah. I don't think I'll get this. I just don't have the room for vehicles. But it's awesome that they included. I was worried that they were going to do a package deal in order to need to get season 2 version, but it's nice that it's just an option, and like you guys said, you can throw anything on there at this point.
Yeah. Eddie, what do you think?
I think it's cool. I think it's cool that it's solo. I think that's the best way to do it. I know that maybe it would have been different if it was a 2-pack, but with vehicles, I think solo is the best way to go all the time. Just like Dylan said, just to be safe, But I think it's cool. I think it'll have a huge presence on the shelf, KG, if you're worried about that. It kind of sucks when you only have DTOLs, because then you've got to either do it on the top or find another space to do it. But I think as far as display wise, I think that's why you get it. Even I think if you're even a statue collector, you don't collect Hot Toys, this is a good middle ground, it's definitely really cool. I don't know yet if I need it, but I'm definitely interested. So I don't think I need the deluxe either. I just I'm good with the regular bike. But I missed it. What was the price on it?
$285.
Yeah, it's kind of rough, but the way we're seeing stuff nowadays, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's smart to make this its own thing. Like, if you're a super fan of the show, where this is something like KG said, this is an episode, maybe a single scene appearance craft. If you're a super fan that's like, I need to have this swoop bike, you probably have one, if not two, and also maybe even a third Mando from the Chrome version coming in. So it makes sense to pack this on its own, right? I do get what you're saying about the packaging thing and the shipping thing, especially if you're overseas and you're paying import charges per item.
That's the thing.
I know Sideshow, I think they started doing pack out options, but I'm not sure if they pack out for like doubles, like if you're buying a figure and then another companion piece. But John, I definitely understand it, because I know, especially in England, some of these import charges are.
Oh yeah, the import charges.
You're looking
are
at
ridiculous.
60, 70 quid just to receive your package.
I'd be interested to know if there's collectors out there that are gonna get the Scout Trooper one, and another Scout Trooper one to have IG on the bike too.
That'd be crazy. That'd be
That's a lot of
insane.
Are
money
there people
there.
out there doing that?
I feel like a 50-inch diorama.
I would so do that.
John,
you know what I
were
would
saying?
do with this one, guys? Honestly, if you're an owner of the original Beskar, put that one on this one, because realistically, you can have them posed. Are you really going to see the chrome? You know what I mean? You can kind of hide it in a way where, at a glance, your eyes aren't hitting the figure. Your eyes are hitting the bike. Then have the chrome version on the shelf, either holding the Grogu or whatever scene you want to recreate.
Didn't he drive this when he was OG too, or no?
No. I don't think he used it.
I don't think so.
I thought he used the bike in the first
Did he?
season.
I can't remember.
He did. That was with I think the bounty guy.
He already had Beskar by
That
then?
was with the Beskar one.
Yeah,
Beskar.
Beskar.
So it could fit that too. So there you go.
See?
Yeah.
KG is younger than me, dude. He remembers. I'm too old.
Man of Hot Collectibles said, for me, the swoop bike is a must-have. I don't think many of these will be made. What a guy. Scott says the Grogu sculpt looks completely new. I could have sworn that's the sculpt that's with the Scout Trooper, but I could be wrong, though.
Who's keeping track of that?
Hot Toys teased a Loki and Sylvie from the Loki show. So no head sculpts yet, but they did tease these. It's my understanding these are not going to be a part of the Toy Fair exclusive line. This is just like a regular Hot Toys teaser. But I think for a lot of people, it's going to be a cool release. This is something neat. Toys Era put up Galaxy Warlord today. Comes in at $229, releasing Q4 2021. John, this is Ronin, right, from Guardians of the Galaxy 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it?
We haven't gotten a Ronin yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scaletta did a custom one, and it was obviously expensive, but nothing licensed or unlicensed, like mass market like this.
Right.
John, what do you think about it?
I think it's nice. It's part of the Marvel collection. Like I said, I haven't dipped my toes into that third party realm.
Dip them, bro.
I don't know. I feel like I can't. It's just I don't like to involve myself in illegal activities or affiliate with in illegal activities. No, I'm kidding. But
I was
in all
like,
honesty,
motherfucker, what?
Yeah, because you got these companies paying a lot of money for these licenses, and these little third-party companies are sneaking it under the line, under the nose of the.
So much things about what you're saying make me so mad at you.
That's okay.
So many things.
What else is
you
new?
complain about license company after license company.
Of course I
That's
do.
your thing. You're
I
known
know.
for these things.
No, I'm known for
and
reissues.
These people are
I'm
doing the
reissue king.
innovative shit that you
That's
want
true.
to see, and you.
I mean, this
shit
may
on
be a
them.
recast. We're not sure
What the
just yet.
fuck?
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, they won't
That's
go
true.
anywhere, right? They're not going to go anywhere because if they're making unlicensed figures, it'll get to a point where how far can they grow off unlicensed figures?
Juiced or joust?
It's okay. All they have to do is call it
Unlicensed?
fan art, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, but that's a little different.
I mean, he's going.
He
somewhere.
got very lucky. He got lucky they didn't shut him down. They wanted to work together, and what he was creating was immaculate.
You
The
think that
product
can
he was
happen
coming out
twice?
with was
You don't
stunning.
think this is a good-looking figure?
Yeah,
I think
know,
it's a
dude.
good-looking figure, but I don't think it's going to go
He's
anywhere.
canceled, dude. He's no longer relevant. Anything he says,
Wow.
he can't be considered.
Wowzers!
I noticed, John, when I was talking about the icons, he wanted it, but it's a reissue of the icon. Dean the Dream, welcome to Collecting Weekly.
What up?
What's up, Dean?
What do you think about Galaxy Warlord?
Honestly, no one else is gonna touch this, right? It's a figure probably a lot of people want that a regular company that's not third party is gonna touch. So I think it's cool. I think it looks good. I don't think. I mean, it doesn't look like it's in terms of articulation. It's gonna be able to do much. I'm shocked it could even do this pose where he's reaching for the hammer.
There's a picture of him sitting down that he looks more posable than you would have thunk. But Pizza Boy, that's what I was gonna say.
Pizza Boy.
What
Hot
everyone always
Toys
says.
started out as a third-party company. Yeah, that's important to remember. Sean says the first 3 to 5 figures were complete ripoffs. Yeah, that's important to remember, John. I mean, they could.
That's true. That's a good.
I mean, they make excellent figures, right? So the potential's there. They're just doing it unlicensed, right? Yeah. And like the comment said, or I think Dean said it. This is something that Hot Toys just will not touch at this point. Like if they haven't done it yet.
Won't. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know who the character is, but
he hasn't seen the movie.
I haven't watched the movie yet. But
Dylan, what do you think about this?
Small,
but, the what, Dean?
I said the hammer looks a little small, like the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe by like a half scale or two.
Dude,
but
don't judge him on the size of his
your
hammer.
looks a little small.
Not everybody could have the biggest hammer, bro. He's not Thor.
I think it looks pretty good. I was really trying to zoom in on the face because in the movie, did I imagine this? But did his face thing move, or am I thinking of just Rorschach or something?
I think you're thinking of Rorschach.
Thinking of Rorschach, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
paint. Yeah. Okay. So I was trying to look really closely at that, and that looked pretty good. The way that it looks shiny compared to his face, that's probably not the easiest thing to do. So I like that part of it. I think that was mainly what I was worried about. Then, like I said, one of the pictures of him sitting down, it kind of impressed me. It didn't look as bad or awkward as you would have thunk because of the long kind of suit. But if I still had my full Guardians lineup, I would be getting this. I think Jason said that he's gonna get it because of that. I think that's definitely a great setup there.
KG?
Yeah, it's a great third-party figure. If you have the Guardians of the Galaxy line, I think this is a great pickup. But, I don't see anybody picking this up if they don't have the Guardians of the Galaxy line. So, for me personally, this doesn't do anything for me because I don't have any of the Guardians of the Galaxy figures for this movie specifically. But,
do you like
it's a great
of
figure
the Galaxy?
Overall. So, yeah.
Do you like the movie?
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's not my favorite, but it's a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Eddie?
Hands.
I think this looks really fucking good. I'm interested to see the materials used on the suit, like on the cape, the back part of it, and then the hood over him, and just to see how all that moves and hinders articulations and things like that. But other than that, like that looks exactly the face sculpt. That's spot on. I feel like it would have been cool to see either the hammer with the stone in it or a secondary hammer, since he doesn't come with a lot. That would have been really cool. I think that's the only thing that for me I could see like being a little bit better, but I think it's really good. And you guys are right, Hot Toys doesn't make villains. They haven't had success with that in the past, and
they make money.
Maybe we would have seen this as like a Toy Fair exclusive at some point if we were like lucky, but I think it's good. I think it's really cool.
Eddie Maestros.
No. I don't think I need a Ronin. He's a really good character, and I liked him in the movie. But I don't think I need him.
Eddie says, I thought Dylan said he zoomed in on the hammer, you naughty boy. You shout out to naughty boy Bill over at Queen Studios. Pizza Boy says, as long as third-party companies make characters, the big companies won't. I'm all for it. If the companies continually make products so good that they grab attention, they may get new licenses eventually. Jason Nelson in the chat. Been a while since we've seen him. What's up, my guy? Man of Hot Toy says, personally, I don't catch much third parties because of what John said. Rather have licensed figures. I can't deny that some third-party companies do a really good job. John, one day you got to get a third-party company for unboxing, and we can discuss
I
our
like
thoughts
this
on
one.
it live.
Can I ask you guys a question about the last one really quick, the Ronin?
Yes, of course.
The hammer. Would you guys? I think I'd personally like to see that die cast because that kind of scares me about it being plastic, just because it'll bow a shit ton. And that
you can actually see it kind of bowing there. No, is that my eye?
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
So I know die cast, like, that could hinder the elbow articulation and everything, but it would look better to me. So
that's a great
point. What do you guys think about that?
Don't you remember that diecast? What was Thor's axe called again?
Mjolnir?
Stormbreaker.
Yeah, Stormbreaker.
Actually,
someone made a custom diecast version of that, and
like
that
tomatoes.
Fucking people
because because it was diecast, it wilted the handle even worse and bent almost everyone's over time because of that.
Yeah. Underground King by, let's see, who's this? Toys Battalion. They showed some photos of this today. Nothing up for pre-order just yet, as far as I could tell. This is from, I believe, the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man game. I appreciate that this is being made. I think the sculpt there on the cans looks really great. But just something about this I don't love. I feel like the suit is just a tiniest bit too small. And I get it. He's a huge guy. This looks like a huge body. In none of the photos, there was never really any context given with, it'd been nice to have seen it next to a figure for an idea of scale. But just, I think for me, it's like the way the neck meets the head sculpt. I'm a big guy, and like that's not really how big guys' heads work. The way that it kind of like goes to like a real, you could tell they're probably using like a muscular body. I like the hands, Kingpin, huge hands, but just something about like, I feel like the suit's maybe like a size or two too small. And I would like, I feel like this body and suit needs to just be a bit bigger to fill out this head, or the head just the tiniest bit smaller. But this is something you'd probably never get. This would probably go really well with the Hot Toys Miles stuff that's coming out, if you wanted to do that, or it would go great with the advanced suit stuff as well. I think this is a really solid release, and if they can keep this price point down, maybe 180, 190, I think this would do really good.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know there is another Kingpin out. I believe it's from the Daredevil show, if I'm not mistaken. But I've never been a fan of that design. It's just like a bald dude in a suit, and I just don't get the Kingpin vibes from it. I haven't actually seen that show, so maybe he does well, but...
Zach, do you think that the proportions are like that on purpose? Just because, like, in the comics and then in the animated series, and sometimes he's drawn like in proportion, but then I feel like in some things he's got shorter legs, longer arms, like the head is different.
But in the game, I think he's always represented as like being fairly proportional. It's not like, in a Spider-Verse where he's very characterized, or even like in the animated series, like this looks like a very realistic take on what a massive dude would look like. And then there's just like some things that are characterized, and I think it's like a weird mash.
On the right, it looks really good. On the left,
yes, on the left, exactly. Like here, it looks great in this photo here, and then going to the left, everything just looks like it stops to fit once you start bulking them out a bit.
You pointed out good, Zach. It's something to do with like his being like a big guy head and cheeks, and then coming down to like these big, muscular, strong shoulders and these big, muscular like legs and everything. Like you said, we get it. He's a big guy, but like his cheeks and stuff make him look like borderline like fat guy, and it's just like an awkward transition. I think that's like when you mentioned that.
I could show you guys a picture of a World's Strongest Man right now, and it would change your mind on that stuff. Because
don't show him the pictures I sent you, bro. Come on,
dude. Come on. No, but like Eddie, I don't know if you guys know who Eddie Hall is. He won World's Strongest Man in 2016. And he's one of my favorite strongmans, and he's kind of back. He's lost weight, but back when he was doing World's Strongest Man, he had this kind of a body type where his head was super like fat, but his body and his shoulders always looked like this.
Yeah, which he probably looked silly as fuck in a suit too, though.
I'm not. Yeah.
What do you think about this, Dan?
I think it looks great. Like you said, it's from the PS4. I think Honestly, it's what he looks like in the game. So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe from the knees down, it looks kind of silly. Like almost like he gets more regular as you move down. So I get what you're saying, but I mean that's basically what he looks like in the game. So I think it's cool if you're building a Spider-Man collection because you could kind of futz him into like any collection because he looks just kind of like a normal guy. So you could put him in the animated section, you could put him in the movies section, you could put him in the comic section. I'm kind of thinking it's like maybe not as big as like those third-party Juggernaut figures, but like up there, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, finally, a figure I could put my head on, and we could have you and me.
Thank you. I was gonna say it, but I'm glad that you said it. I felt like it would be more appropriate.
We should so do.
Maybe Dean,
how much was this?
I don't know about Zach, but okay.
This just went up today, but I didn't have a price point for it yet. So hopefully we'll be able to update you guys on Ox. John,
I actually like this one. I like the body. Everything from the neck down, I like. I don't like the head sculpt at all. I would have liked to see, now that we see it can be done, give me an Into the Spider-Verse version. Nice black suit. The way Kingpin was portrayed in that movie, I loved it. This one, I'll skip, but very tempting. I know I just told you that I won't touch third party. When I saw this one, I was very tempted. But head sculpt.
Yeah.
That head sculpt.
I'm thinking now it would go cool with my realistic Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm thinking I got the gears going, especially if it's cheap.
Would you not prefer though the Into the Spider-Verse one?
It would have to match, the head sculpt would have to match the Hot Toys one, because the Hot Toys one is animated style. It's not like a realistic portrait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If someone did that, I'd be all in.
I wonder what that old Kingpin head would look like on this. I used to own it. I can't remember. It was from the Netflix series from Daredevil and Punisher, and I wonder how that would look on this guy.
USB says the head sculpt looks exactly like it does in the game. KG, what do you think about this?
I mean, for a third party, this is pretty good. The quality, it's okay. The head sculpt I have no problems with. I mean, it looks, from first impressions, it looks good. The suit, however, looks a little too tight, especially from the bottom. The pants, the top part, the right picture looks good. The left picture kind of looks weird. But for a third party, it's not that bad. For me personally, I'm not picking this up because I don't have any of the Spider-Man video game figures. So this will be a great addition for your Daredevil figures if you want as well, and also into your Spider-Verse figures like you guys mentioned. But for me personally, it's a pass. So.
As someone that has a lot of clothes that fit like this, this definitely looks a bit too small, especially after COVID. I should be fitting tight. This was actually super cool. American Psycho by Iconiq Studio, Patrick Bateman. This one comes in at $270, releasing Q1 2022. We were fortunate enough to have Andrew on After Dark on Wednesday for the tail end of that one. That one is still public, so even if you're not a Patreon, you can check that out. And then he's also been nice enough to offer his time for OFAC on Thursday. I think it's great to see companies doing expressive sculpts. A lot of Hot Toys, they're just kind of like very neutral expressions. And, when you try to put a character like that in a very dynamic pose, oftentimes there's a big clash between the sculpt and the activity, the action that you're trying to do. I think it's also very innovative, this blood effect. I don't think I've ever seen a blood splatter effect in 6 scale. Got a ton of different accessories here. Two outfits. Correct. And he was talking to us about how the magnets function here. They're actually magnets instead of those tiny little push pins. There was a few other things we talked about. I'm not sure if we're supposed to be able to say those, but I think this looks great. I would say the only thing that I could critique, and this is like very nitpicky, but I just want to say it. And again, I think they did a great job, but I think there's just a tiny bit too much texture on the head sculpt. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, it's just a little, I don't know. I don't really know what the word is, but just looking at it, it just looks a bit textured.
Like he's wearing foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And I know,
but it's only on this head sculpt.
Yeah, the other one.
I don't find it on the other one.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I think this is great. I know the big thing with Andrew, he was saying for them, they wanted to be able to pick head sculpt and like actual looks for the character, that you could pause the movie and say, hey, this is the exact moment where this portrait is taken from. And so I need to rewatch this movie. It's been a few years since I've seen it, but I got to give him props. I mean, for a new company coming in, dropping some good sculpts, and obviously a license that I've seen people ask for a while, and there's been some expensive customs of it, and then some knockoffs of it. I think this is great. I think the community needs more things like that. So congratulations to Andrew and the team for this, and it's pretty much available everywhere. Yeah,
innovating, right? That's what they're doing.
What an innovative figure. Dream, what's your take on this?
You've never called me Dream before, and
I'll be honest. I meant to say Dean, and I had like a brain fart. So that was an accident. But I was hoping you were just gonna roll with it.
I'm glad we all felt that way.
If you go back and look at my eyes, I like look at the list real quick. Like, who the fuck?
I don't know why I did that. There was a part where I was like, did I shuffle the order? And I was like, I don't remember. And then I was like,
weird.
Yeah, it got a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I think our tips touched just a bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, honestly, just the clear jacket alone on this figure is like something to like behold. Like,
it's fantastic.
Nailing something that good and this size is really hard to do, especially with clothing. But yeah, dude, this figure makes me want to listen to Huey Lewis in the News. It's just so well done. Like you said, you can literally pause the movie and be like, this is the exact scene this is from. So super cool. I like the accessories. Never thought I'd see a 6-gal nail gun, so that's super cool. Yeah, this thing is honestly, the fact, like you said, that a company came out swinging like this, super good for the collecting community, I think. Put everybody else on their toes. Like, hey guys, we're not here to fuck around. So you love to see it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, I'm not super keen on the movie. I've seen it, but it was a while ago. Also, I don't know if you mentioned this, but that trench coat for his suit is wired on the bottom too. Some of the pictures of it were like kind of a dynamic swing pose. It looks cool. But anyways, I know this is admitting a lot, getting personal, but we've been on here with some pretty big guys in the hobby before. I think that After Dark with Andrew is the first time I got a little starstruck, mainly because I'd been watching him, number one, before I even knew of Collecting Weekly, or Collecting Weekly even existed, but number two, because of what he's done for the hobby. He has a great, when I was getting into Mezco and things like that, I needed to try and figure out, make sure I wasn't buying knockoffs, and he has a bunch of good knockoff comparison videos and things like that. I just think he's always been a very good content creator for the community, so I want to support him. I think I might try this one out. I think I might get it. I want to give the movie another watch, but I really like the blood effects, a lot of the things that he's done, or I guess they've done to it. I'm pretty excited. Like you guys said, it's a good one to start off with. What do you think, KG?
This is a pretty impressive figure. The first sculpt without the blood, it's not the best sculpt. If you compare this with the DX19, I mean, obviously the DX19 is going to be winning. But the one with the blood effect on it is just absolutely crazy good. I do miss those days where Hot Toys gives you two sculpts. I don't think they do that anymore nowadays. And for this figure, it's just beautiful. And I collect only Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. This might be something I might consider for the collection. Too long ago, I was watching some clips for this movie, and Christian Bale is one of my favorite actors, and this is one of my favorite movies. And,
shit, then that should be a must for you.
Yeah, it's. I think this is something I might consider. How much is the asking price for this?
$270.
$270. And it's pretty worth it for what you're getting. Yeah, I mean, you're getting the code, you're getting everything that you see in the movie. Yeah, it's it's a pretty good figure. I really like the scene where it's one of my favorite scenes where he's killing that guy, and they give us this sculpt. It's really really good. I can't express how great this sculpt is. So for me, it's I think I'm gonna get it. So this stuff's something I might get.
Live unboxing.
Yeah,
Eddie,
I'll try to
think?
do that.
I think it looks good. I think you're right on the blood effect. I think that's really cool. We don't see a lot of things like that in 1/6 scale. I like the screaming head. The only critique I would give this is the tailoring on the suit jacket looks a little too big. Like if I had to, not even just the coat, the overcoat is probably fine because it's an overcoat, but I think on the blazer part of the jacket, it's a little thick, and he's a pretty fit guy, and I just don't think it fits his body type that well. It's hard to do in 1/6, but that's the only critique I could give this. I think the likenesses are spot on. I think in both the sculpts they're really good. So I've never seen this movie. I've seen clips of it because I know it's a very popular movie, but I've never seen the full movie, so maybe one day I'll give it a try. But yeah, looks good.
Yeah, you guys have said everything that needs to be said. I do agree with Zach. I think that regular portrait, the texture, you can tell there's a bit of a texture on it that throws it off a little bit. And Dean said, like a little like foundation, looks like makeup. But at the end of the day, I think if you're going to pick up this figure, if I was to pick up this figure, I'd want to display him with the screaming head, with the blood splatter. And to your point, Eddie, I do agree as well. I think that trench coat, as well as the tie looks a little, like right here, it looks a little thick.
Ties, the only reason I didn't mention the tie is because I can let that one slide because ties are hard to do in 1/6 because it's just how small they are, and then especially if it actually ties around, that's even harder. So like, I'll let them slide on that. I just thought the jacket could have been better.
I just think if you do the pose with the plastic coat and the screaming pose with the blood splatter and the axe with the blood splatter, I think it's perfect. I think that looks perfect, and that's the way it should be displayed. Andrew, they did a fantastic job there at that studio. If they keep this up, I can only imagine what we're going to get in the future.
I was going to say, I think this is like the rare... I can't even think of another example of this where the like dynamic head sculpt is preferable to the like just the
standard
the
one.
Regular,
Yeah,
you're right.
right.
That screaming head sculpt is so good. Usually it's the other way around, like the thing with the Ant-Man where you're smiling. It's like, I'll just put the fucking helmet on him.
Fucking goober ass skull.
Yeah, I don't need this, or like other instances like that where it's like, well, this one, like I think it was Leonidas, is like his like stoic expression was much better than his screaming one. So it's crazy that the screaming one is like so well done. I love it.
I think where they did really well is like usually when they do these screaming heads, usually it's just the jaw that's like wide open, and like they don't sculpt the cheekbones and the eyes correctly to where it matches the expression, and I think they did that really well. I think that's where it comes into play.
So on their website, it does say he comes with a 1-to-1 business card too.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, I'm not sure if we can say that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I just wanted to let that know.
Andrew told us that it's a 1-to-1 scale business card from the movie, and then I think he mentioned it comes with a 6 scale one as well. So that's
awesome.
going to be real cool for that. I know there's a lot of people that say, well, Hot Toys only makes Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and there's a lot of people that bitch and moan about that. But I think if you're one of those people, even if you have a casual interest in this film, I think you got to get it. You got to support this company because, these smaller companies are going to make really good licensed figures of really niche movies. This is obviously a cult film, but, it's not like a Anakin Skywalker or, something that's super mainstream that everyone just absolutely needs to have right now. You got to support this. They're doing a Muhammad Ali. They also have some other licenses in the works that's on their website. And I think that if this company is to be successful, collectors have to get behind it. They have to support it.
Yeah.
And as this company grows, as their ability to produce figures and hire, new talent comes in, I think the sky's the limit. So, you know, it's obviously a little bit pricier than a standard 6-scale figure, but you're also getting a great list of accessories, 2 sculpts, basically I wouldn't say 2 complete outfits, but 2 outfit options, and some really neat things that we haven't really ever seen. So definitely support it.
And you're also getting a licensed product. We can't forget that. So the
Yeah.
price is a little warranted. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Going to unlicensed CyberX Studio, they put up 3 figures today, and this one is actually real tempting. 170 releasing Q4 2021 Adonis Creed. I don't think the figure looks great. I will say that. I think the body needs a lot of work. I think the head sculpt in the right pictures looks bad, but in the left it actually looks pretty decent. I'm more interested in this for the outfits because you get both Creed 2 outfits. So the first fight of the film, he rocks the red and white trunks, and then the second fight of the film, he rocks the black and gray. My only critique about this is that the Nikes on the black Nikes, it's hard to tell from this photo, but they don't look correct. And then also he has the pre-fight outfit for the red outfit, but not for the black. And for me, I think if this was to be like a complete figure, I think you would need both outfits. Also, it looks like on the championship belt in the movie, there was Rocky and then Apollo Creed's images on the belt, like the real belt has the lineage on it. These are just, looks like they're just gold studs, so that's kind of annoying. But I'm a huge fan of this movie. Probably one of my favorite new franchise films, Creed 1 and Creed 2. So for me, this is like an instant cop. And, you know, worst case, I'll use it for the outfit. Best case, it turns out really good and I use the whole figure. But it definitely has the right bulk in the body because he does get pretty jacked in this film. But it just, the head just looks a little too small on this. But at the end of the day, I have the name of the artist is escaping, but I have a really nice like a small batch run customizer, Waruna. He did the Creed head and then the trunk set, so I have that already. So worst case, I can swap those out and put those onto this body. But having a nice set of boxing shoes is going to take that custom to the next level because really that's all my custom's lacking is the boxing shoes. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, this is cool. Like you said, the head looks real small. It looks kind of goofy. The body is, I don't know, like looks so weird and on some angles it almost looks like it's not real. Like they just like photoshopped the body together. Yeah, like
wow,
that
that body is crazy.
Yeah, that looks, yours looks infinitely better, body wise.
Hold on a second. That body, what company makes that body? You're on mute.
So this body, I have to go and confirm. I think it's by, let me look it up. But this body was actually flesh tone, like Caucasian toned.
Oh wow!
And what I did was I took RIT dye. So if you want a solo cami, and I mixed the brown dye and then a little bit of red. If someone says solo cami, and it was able to tint it to match. So, yeah, this is a great body.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but it still looks a little off. Is it the camera? Does it look closer in person?
It looks way better in person.
Yeah,
it does?
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of lighting. I think my sculpt is still a bit dark, and one day Victoria and I are gonna adjust the paint just a little bit. But I would say even in the film, he's actually like the torso on this is really good, but he's actually really jacked, like in his like upper arms. Like he actually gets pretty swole in this movie.
He has big shoulders, yeah.
Yeah, so. But I mean, you're never gonna find a perfect body for an actor.
Yeah.
Everyone's body's totally different. But yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to steal your segment
okay.
there.
Yeah, like it looks. I think it's just the promo shots are really badly done. But like you said, worst case scenario, you just take the outfits and
That's it. Yeah,
or hide the sculpt with the hood and.
Yeah, that look right there with the hoodie, with the red, it looks fantastic. I really wish they would have given us the black overcoat. But yeah, these trunks, they're not as good as the Waruna trunks, but they definitely don't look terrible. John, what do you think?
I'm going to be the voice of reason here. The one on the right, of course it looks good. There's no light on it. It's like pitch black. You can't see anything. That body in that left photo, that's atrocious. That is absolutely atrocious with that head sculpt. Look at those joints. Holy mac. This looks like a Barbie doll. Guys, come on.
Yeah.
Did they put a price on this?
$170.
Jeez. The outfit? Perfect. You put that outfit on your figure, Zach, boom.
Next
You're
level,
set.
yeah.
That would be fantastic. I'm sorry, guys. This is an easy pass. What do you think, Eddie?
I definitely think, for me anyway, when it comes to figures like this, where over half of him is his body, that you can see you need a Fison body here.
Yeah.
Or I would prefer it anyway. Joints really bug me. So I think with a Fison body, that's fine. So I don't even really give a shit about what body it comes with, because I would do it regardless. So it would be cool if you had the choice to like spend less money and get the clothes.
Perfect.
And like, I don't want those bodies. That would be really cool. The head sculpt in the pictures where it's on the figure, they don't look good, but like you said, in the one where it was just a solo head sculpt, it looked better. So that's the one thing I would be concerned about. But dude, if I like Creed, I don't like Creed enough to have a figure of him. There's other Michael B. Jordan movies that I love that I'd rather have of him. So maybe if the head sculpt comes out really good, maybe I could buy that head sculpt on its own and do my own. Because when you showed this, I was thinking like, where are all the Michael B. Jordan figures, dude? Like, didn't we showed like a couple third party figures from
Black Panther.
Black Panther like a long time ago, and I don't think anybody ever did any reviews on those. I don't remember those ever even coming out. So like, what the fuck? Like, it would be cool to have some Michael B. Jordan representation. So I think that's cool. If you're a fan of him, get this. You know, it's the only thing we got. So
we're adding Sean to the peanut gallery, by the way, for that comment.
He says, "Look at those joints. If this
Come
was
on.
a seamless body, you'd be mad at saying it'd break in a week."
No, I just wouldn't pose a seamless body. That's all.
Well,
KG,
that's the
what do you
thing
think about
too.
this?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Eddie, I thought you had a. Oh,
God
sorry.
damn it, Dylan.
No, it's all good. I love Creed 1 and 2. They're both great movies. You know, I just don't feel a need to go buy a figure from this movie. You know, the body looks horrible here. You know, compared to yours, Zach, it's way better.
fucking love
This
you, KG.
one, I prefer the seamless body. You know, I know it will, you know, you will sacrifice articulation, but I'm more of a realistic person when it comes to, you know, looking at the shelf and like, okay, that looks like a small person. But this one, yeah, it's no good. The clothes, however, you know, the switchable clothes, I really like that. Yeah, easy pass for me overall.
Dylan?
Eddie, I thought you said you don't like Fison after you had that one tear. You had the one for the Bane kit tear on you, right?
I don't remember if I said I don't like it. It did tear when I had it in that elbow bent pose, but that's on me, dude. I put him in that pose, and I wanted to keep him in that pose, and I probably wouldn't have Bane in any other pose, so it didn't bug me because the rips were on the back of the arms. But the way Zach has his pose, he keeps the arms down anyway, so it would look good to me. But I mean, you could do the boxer pose or whatever, you know, and then put it back. But yeah, you're right. It did rip on me.
The one thing with Fison is there's not really a Fison build that matches, that's like anywhere close to his build in the movie. And then also the skin tone. There's not really a good skin tone because a lot of the Fisons are like way too tall too because they're like for the basketball figures.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a combination of the height plus
I don't even know if we
skin
can
tone.
say this, but like
They're lanky.
Fison be strongly representing only a certain color of skin. Because I've noticed that
You
too.
ain't
Like
wrong.
these dudes put out figures, but like, where's all my
Where's
my
the
dark
Latins?
colored?
Dude, don't even talk about the female figures, dude.
Oh,
They're
big old
just the
titties.
one color.
damn.
Let's blow through these two. So they're also releasing Rocky Balboa from Creed 2. Not that great, if I'm being completely honest. And then we'll also touch on the Rambo, which is honestly the most absolute horrifying thing I've ever seen. Looks
like it's from Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody was
Looks
like
having a stroke.
They went to like a circus and there was a guy drawing caricatures outside. He's like, "Hey, can you draw Rambo for me?"
I thought that was his cousin Remo.
That's Bambo.
Wow.
KG, what do you think about both of these?
I don't know. They're both horrible equally, but this one's even worse actually. The second head sculpt is just it's scary to look at. I mean, look, overall as a figure, it's okay. It's not the best figure out at all. I know in the world. When it comes to these companies, these secondary companies, but how much is for the asking price for this one?
These are all at that 170 price point.
170. Yeah, I don't see it. But yeah, it's. I mean, it's okay. It's not the best. So head sculpt definitely needs some improvements for both figures.
That's ballsy for this one and the Adonis one that they use his name. They use the name. They use the.
Can you imagine?
All the name, the movie name, everything in there, and they. Just
I thought these were from his company. I was like, man, Sylvester, my guy, you gotta take a seat, my guy.
Yeah, Mark.
This figure's got Adrian rolling in her grave, yo.
Mark was was right on when he said if you take the licensing and the names off this, it would have been a game to try and guess who this was supposed to be. That would have been tough.
We haven't had many really bad figures.
This is pretty bad.
Eddie, did you order this one yet?
Yeah, dude.
It's not even so bad. The sculpt is bad, but then you put in this goober ass pose.
I can pose better than that. Come on.
It's haunting.
I don't know about that. Let's not go that far, dude. Yeah,
shirt.
Come on, John.
That's supposed to be.
I'll give it to John. I think John can outdo this.
Is this single jointed or double jointed?
Does it matter?
Probably single jointed, but I mean it's hella ass.
Yeah.
Look at Danny, eh? I thought he was my brother. No, look, Pamrika's too. Wow. Okay, that's fine. It's a double hitter.
Are we getting all the knee bends comments?
I wouldn't mind bending this knee. I'd bend this neck, to be honest.
Jesus.
I know. Wow.
No, this is bad. Come on, guys. This is.
Can we talk about how
ridiculous?
Fucking hard it is to impress KG? Jesus Christ. The first, he just this fucking sucks. I swear every figure is that's cool if someone wanted this, but honestly, this fucking sucks. Every single fucking.
I love it. He's a perfect fit.
He's like the Ronin.
I'm just messing, KG, dude.
This figure funny, on
dude.
the left
it's funny.
Looks like he has Marlon Brando, where they stuffed cotton swabs in the mouth to make the mouth fatter. What is that? What is this? This is ridiculous, man. Anyways,
I don't know.
He's got veneers in the one on the right.
It's even worse.
Dean, tell us about these Play Arts Kai Yuffie Sonon and then Cloud and Fenrir reissues.
Yeah, the Cloud's the only reissue here, which is cool. Actually, it kind of made me mad because it's cheaper than when I bought it, but I have it right here on my shelf. But the Cloud's cool. I want to say it was $285. Comes out later this year. This figure is getting hella knocked off lately. People keep posting them oh, is this a good deal? Is this a good deal? And everyone's like, it's fake. So if you missed out on this figure, now's a good time to get it. Cloud and Fenrir. Easily one of the coolest figures in my collection. It kind of just came out of nowhere. I didn't know it was going to get reissued. There was no kind of inkling that they were going to do this. But yeah, super exciting for those who missed out. I know I got in a pre-order just in the nick of time with Kim Andresen. And if I hadn't pre-ordered with him, I probably would have missed out. I saw it a couple places, but usually there's a tax on it. Whoever ordered it charges way too much money for it. So I'm glad I got it, when I was able to. But it's cool that there's a second chance to get this figure. And then the next two are Yuffie and Sonon from the Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which is the PS5 exclusive expansion to the game. Yuffie's super cool, except you can't take off the cloak, which is super annoying because she has her ninja outfit on under it. So I know they're just gonna come out with the another version of this figure later. Maybe they'll do the Hot Toys, and as soon as this one ships, they'll announce the second one. So I'm not gonna get this. The Sonon's cool looking. His character is really not that interesting, so I don't know if I would buy this. I don't know if anyone else has played the Integrate expansion pack, but it's only like a 4-hour expansion, so it's like I don't know if it's worth picking up a whole other figure for like $140. Or I think these are 116 on Ami Ami. Yuffie comes out next year, like July. Did I have the dates listed, Zach?
We have 117 for Yuffie and say that name for me again. Sonon. June 2022. Cloud and Fenrir 292 November 2022.
Yeah, so like well into next year. Maybe it'll give time to think about it. Maybe I'll change my mind, but yeah. As far as Final Fantasy 7 figures go, that wasn't me. But as far as Final Fantasy 7 Player Sky goes, which I always pre-order and buy, these are pretty much passes for me. I think I'm the only one on the panel that collects these. So
that's a positive.
I think they look great, but I
have to grab this Cloud figure because it's so cool.
He looks like Batman in that first picture.
While Dean's moving, grabbing that. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Look at that. Here, let's solo cam Dean.
It's a cool Batmobile, huge.
Yeah,
it's
so
nice.
these
I
are.
wasn't. God damn.
These all come out the swords.
It's cool.
And then you could combine the swords. He's probably a little dusty, but
it's cool.
This thing is amazing. Has a light up headlight and brake light. I don't have the batteries installed, but yeah, this thing's amazing. So if you want to get one, I suggest getting it now.
Moving on, Hot Toys released the 501st Battalion Clone Trooper, the final product photos and the figure, the deluxe and the regular. And I have to say, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I appreciate the weathering. It's definitely there, but it's not like if you look at the old Sand Trooper, there's like a big splotch of weathering that if you had like 5 of them on the shelf and they all have that same big ass splotch, I definitely appreciate that they didn't do that. Tons of accessories. You get those 3 different helmet options: the Ahsoka Troopers, the Phase 2, and then the Phase 1. You also have the rocket launcher, which is definitely pretty cool. The jetpack, and I mean, I just think honestly, this is one of those figures that people are going to be buying, 2 to 6 is, I think, the average that I've seen. I don't think you're going to find very many people just picking up one of these. And I certainly think, it's obviously a very simple figure, but I think it's done very well. And I think this could definitely be something that could have some contention for a Figure of the Year nomination. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, this looks so cool. The posing has got me super amped on some of these blogger pics. Yeah, like you said, this is going to have some good contending for Figure of the Year, just because they have so many different options for it. At least with the what do you call it? Not exclusive, but the
alternate
deluxe, I guess, the deluxe version. Yeah. With the Phase 1 helmet, the Ahsoka helmet. But yeah, you get the jetpack, the minigun. Those are all super cool accessories. It'll be interesting to see the people parting these figures out, which will be really cool. Because like I might pick up a minigun for my Commander Thorn here. It's a little nicer. But I want at least 2 of these. But yeah, like you said, like 2 to 4 would probably be ideal. But I don't know if I want to drop that kind of money. I just want these damn figures to release already. All my shit's on pre-order.
Dylan?
Yeah, Zach, you said you said what about the weathering, that it's not the same across the...
Well, no. It is the same, but it's not like there's a big fucking splotch somewhere in the armor that if you had 5 of these on the shelf and they all had the same big splotch, like it's subtle enough, because these are all going to be weathered pretty much exactly the same. It's subtle enough that it can kind of blend well on a shelf, but it's not like if you look at that Sand Trooper, there was like a big ass splotch on the left chest, and it's like you see people with like 4 or 5 of them on the shelf, and it's like every single one of them looks exactly the same. Yeah, I just think that this is very impressive. I think Hot Toys proves they're one of the best companies for weathering. I think 3.0 maybe gives them a run for the money on some of their pieces, but yeah. What else do you think?
It's really good. This is why I sold my Sideshow one, because I knew they were going to head down this road. I had that plan in that picture with Anakin that we had. Like, that was the reason I wanted it and them, and I think that is so bad. That's where it's the march on the Jedi temple that he does, and it shows him behind him. That is exactly what I wanted with my setup. So I think I have only one on order, but I'll probably do another one. I think we were talking about this in the chat. Dean, you were probably onto something when you were saying that they should just these should be the ones that they should be able to just pump out, because they already have the molds for a lot of this stuff already. So hopefully we'll start seeing that, and Rex and some other ones start coming out.
John?
I'm super excited to hear what Eddie has to say, because I know he's a huge clone fan. I think it looks good. I think if you can swing purchasing multiple of them and having them on a shelf, I think it's going to complete the collection nicely. What worries me is this photo that we're looking at right now. Is this a hint that we're going to be getting a reissue of the Dark Side Anakin?
No. Absolutely not. I mean, the blogger picks, they've always been free to use other figures, even from other companies, other accessories. I would absolutely not say, if this was like an official pre-order pick and then you saw Dark Side Anakin front and center leading the troops into battle, of course, I think that would kind of lend you to think that. But being a post-release blogger pick from basically a contractor, I mean, we've seen them use, like for Mando, they've used the EWEB cannon in the background for some of the Mando figures. They've used Sideshow troopers for some of the other releases. I wouldn't put much stock into this being a sign that this is going to get reissued. And I don't even remember. If I remember correctly, he doesn't even have the yellow eyes in the scene. So this would be more like a regular Anakin reissue, if anything. But I wouldn't put a ton of stock into this, but the groups were going bananas today. Every group had a thread. Yeah, every group had a thread. KG, what do you think?
Oh my god, these figures look great. These troopers, I'm a huge clone trooper fan. I don't have any of, I don't have, one on order, but, after seeing these blogger photos, I might, get it, because it's just so beautiful. It's the first clone trooper I had was, I do have it currently, it's the Cody, and the Cody first impressions, having it for a month was horrible for me, just because of that stupid arm issue I had with him. And I was really worried that this one might have the issue because it might be the same body, but I heard that this is a different body, so I'm glad to hear that. When it comes to trooper building, Hot Toys is not the way to go, I feel. You're spending a lot of money when it comes to trooper building. For me personally, when it comes to trooper building, I'd rather go buy, the Black Series ones. But this one, if I were to get one trooper, if I were to get any of these troopers, I'd just buy one each different troopers, because I just can't afford having 4 or 6 of them in line. It's a really expensive display. And regarding the Anakin, I really don't think it's a big thing. I think it's just, like you said, Zach, people that, those blogger photos, they have the freedom to put anything in there. So, if anything, it might boost the prices up on eBay for it now.
Yeah, but
great release. Can't wait to see Rex. And I think I don't know why Rex was not released first than this, because this one had a late fourth quarter 2021 release date. Am I right?
I think it makes sense because the Rex has the head sculpt too, so they got to paint that, sculpt it. It's a little bit more of a complex process, and like I said, this one they have a lot of the molds already, and then Rex also has the soft goods and then the pauldron. So I can definitely see why this one came out first, but you're right, Rex and like Dean said, everything just keeps getting fucking pushed back. It's like,
I have Rex on order, and I do get why they released this first, just because they're reusing, molds, and it's much faster for them. With the accessories that you get with the deluxe version, you have to go for the deluxe version. You got to be kind of stupid to go buy the regular version, because you're getting so much with the deluxe version. It's crazy. For a trooper, at least, it's a pretty good price for it. So
it's a good call. KG, on the when you mentioned like the arm issue. Maybe that's a reason they got that, like Rex got delayed or something. If they're trying to avoid that same debacle, because I fully think that was a huge reason why Cody sold out so quick, is because so many people, Sideshow has their own amount they use for replacement parts.
Right.
And I think that cost them a lot of figures having to replace
I'm
bodies
sure
and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I went through 5 replacements, and all of them had
5 replacements?
Yep, 5. And then, I asked them again. They said, nope, sorry, we don't have that. So we know that's our limit. So, I came
So with the 5th one, was it broken still?
Yeah, the 5th one was broken. So how it went was, I had the first one. I took it back, shipped it back. Had the second one. I shipped that one back. Then I got the third one, and then I shipped that one back. Then the fourth one, and I asked for a body replacement only, and they gave me a body replacement. That had an issue too. So, and then they gave they said you can return it, we'll give your money back. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it and fix it, and I ended up fixing it. So,
so what was wrong with it?
It was a screw. It was a loose screw, and it seemed like the mold. It might have been the mold. It might be the different size of screws that could have been the issue. But I think it's the screw, the different size. I actually compared the screw with the other arm, and the screw that the problem I had with the other arm, I think it was the right arm, had a smaller screw than the other one. So that could have been an issue. And then I just used, since I had an extra body, I used the screw from the back of the Cody, because you just screw it in to make the two molds collide.
Yeah, the two halves. Yeah.
And I used that big screw to screw it into the butterfly joint, and it was a tight fit. And then I I sewed it back, glued everything back, and it's back there. But I'm still scared over time it might get loose again, so I don't really pose that figure that much. I'm glad I fixed it. There was a solution to fix it. So
I think they just kept sending you the same body back, the same figure. You sent it to them,
God,
they sent it back.
Well, no, I mean they couldn't have, because the when I each figure I got was stiff until when I moved the arm, it just I heard a click, and inside of it was jiggling, and I was like, what the heck is that? Then checked it out, it was a loose screw. So
that's too bad.
Yeah, but I'm glad I fixed it, so I'm okay with that.
Eddie,
dude, I'm fucking hyped. I can't wait for this shit, dude.
It's like falling asleep over there.
I got some on order with Steven. I got some on Sideshow. I don't know what the total number I'm gonna get for this, because no offense to KG, but this is a trooper builder, dude. What the fuck? I'm gonna get not as much as Black Series. Like, obviously with Black Series, I try to get like 5 minimum of every trooper, but with this, I think 2 to 3 of each is good for me.
Yeah, I would say so. 2 to 3.
So I'm gonna go with that, but I love it. You're right on the weathering, Zach. I think they did just enough to where you can army build and it'd be cool. As far as you guys are saying on the Anakin, I think that's definitely a tease to that. I agree. Because of what you're saying, he didn't have those eyes in the animated series, so like, why even throw him in there at all? Like, why do that at all? So I think that's definitely a sign of something.
Well, it's like the only time they are in the movie.
I mean, you could just as easily say these are just episode 3 and episode 2.
Yeah, these are.
Well, actually, 501st wasn't in episode.
Yeah, they weren't 2. In the movies, so.
Yeah, they weren't like this in the movie. This scene is literally from the movie.
Yeah, they were in the movie.
They were in episode 3. I'm just saying that's the only time they were. That's like probably a big reason. I agree with Zach. I don't think Anakin's coming in anytime soon, but I wouldn't count out a reissue.
I would think the Obi-Wan Kenobi series we could possibly get a reissue from that.
With all of the things they're doing now, why would they not?
You're right. I mean, they don't fucking care about the
like. Why would we bet? If look, Danny's a fucking gambler, right? Jesus. If you're a betting man, why would you bet against the reissue here with everything that's happening?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope it gets reissued.
Yeah, but you're safe.
I would say they're gonna license it with something else, though. I think. Like, I don't think it's just gonna be a straight up reissue.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they're gonna try and do something like with Clone Wars or something along those lines.
They won't reissue it with the same base and the same and the accessories that you got. They won't.
That's for sure.
Do you guys think it might be similar to the Nightmare Batman and Superman thing? You know, where that was a Toy Fair exclusive, and this Darkseid was also a Toy Fair exclusive. And
They two-pack it.
Yeah, and
Maybe
then
with
they
an
give you
Obi?
different base.
Dude.
Different base.
With an Obi with the fucking armor that they haven't released yet. Zach, you just fucking nailed it, dude.
I'm onto something.
He's on it, dude.
Hot Toys released the Mark 85 replacement sculpt in overseas. Now, at this point, it's my understanding that Sideshow's still kind of waiting to get their allotment. I think the portrait looks great. I think some people are saying this is identical to the Mark 46 sculpt with a different hair sculpt on top. But I think this is definitely better. I think this is more in line with what we've been getting. One interesting thing to note is Sideshow updated the all the photos on their website with the sculpt that was originally packaged in the Mark 85. So up until about a week ago, when you go on their website, you would see the initially solicited head sculpt, and now you have the actual head sculpt that shipped. And when I asked them about this, they said, "We received our full allotment of this item. The original head sculpt will be included on all orders going forward, and the product page has been updated to reflect this. Hot Toys offered an exchange program for this figure. However, they limit it to purchases made during a specific time frame only, and the window to opt into this program has since closed. No additional requests will be accepted for this, unfortunately." And then they gave a link to the program. Now, there's some people in the groups that were complaining because it was basically released in a blog post. They said they never got emailed about it, and unfortunately they're stuck with this sculpt. But I think it does look great, but I think it's unfortunate. It was my understanding that going forward all the new figures would have this sculpt in the box, but it looks like that is not the case. What do you think about it, Dean?
What the heck? Did you unmute me?
Yes.
That was weird. Sorry, you really tripped me out. I was like,
Eddie?
What the heck happened? It seems kind of like tricky, like slimy almost. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
They kind of like pulled the rug out from under people. Like, oh, sorry. It's like, wait, that's not what we agreed to. If I'm understanding correctly, right?
Yeah, so this sculpt is only available to you if you ordered the Mark 85 in their window and contacted them within that window.
Yeah,
so going forward, so initially we thought the original would be the more sought after. I would say now that's reversed, because this is literally exclusive if you did the exchange program.
Yeah. Eddie?
That's dumb to me. Why are you making people work harder for something that sucks?
Yeah, it was your fault.
Yeah, you messed something up, so you're making people work harder to get what they should have got originally? Like, okay. I don't understand that. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. I think they should have bit the bullet and did a recall or something, and repack it, and then packaged everything going forward with this.
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like you destroy the packaging if you were to make that change, right? You can lift the shipper box apart, and you can. It's not like a figure on a carded bubble where you have to rip the card back to get to the figure. This just seems bad form, and like I said, on this post there was quite a few people that said that they were never aware through email. It was only on a blog post on their website, and we actually pointed that out on CW when it happened. We mentioned that, hey, this is the only way you would know about this is if you were on their Facebook group or you were perusing the site and you saw the blog post.
Yeah.
What do you think, KG?
I did sign up for the exchange program. I just don't like the sculpt. Although I don't really agree with the idea of just closing the switching program thing. I feel like for collectors that are coming in, when they see that sculpt, let's just say if somebody buys this figure right now, and they get it shipped out, next week, and they get it and they see the sculpt, and like, I don't want this sculpt, and then they have the option to replace it for the updated one. I just think that they should just it should just keep going until this figure is sold out, but I doubt it because they probably made a bunch of this. But I wish they gave us that option, keep giving us that option for many new collectors who are coming in. But
so bad.
Looks like
you
Gary
know,
Oldman.
When you see it
So-
right
Looks
after
like
that
Stuart
one,
Little.
that's worse.
Looks like Stuart Little.
And I do wish that when Hot Toys do their final product photos, I wish they can update those pictures. Whenever somebody goes buys the figure, you get to see those pictures. I wish they can update it to the final product so they know what they're getting. And they did it with this one, so I mean it's not a big deal. I actually have it right now in hand, the original sculpt. It's an okay sculpt, but it's not a really good sculpt, and that
Can we see
sculpt
it?
that they given
You
us.
literally have it in hands.
I just have it in hand right here. I just came.
Oh my
right here.
god, KG came prepared for the show. Wait, is that that's the original, right?
That's the original. Yeah.
I don't love this.
Not a big fan. Equan says, I would not have done the head sculpt program without you guys reporting it. I owe you 3,000. What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah, and I do believe that the reason why we're getting so many delays is because of this issue that we got. The head sculpt issue. I do believe that in some level. And it sucks that it happened to this figure. I feel like for somebody like Iron Man, the character of Iron Man kind of deserves, I guess, the respect when it comes to the head sculpt, and I didn't get that for the first impressions. But I'm glad that we're getting an updated sculpt. I hope that I just wish that they kept going with this exchange program for many people who really want this new sculpt. So there's my thoughts
to
on it.
answer Mr. Sketch's question, will current stock from Sideshow be updated with the new sculpt moving forward? No. So the sculpt that you're going to get if you purchase this and you're not in the program is going to be the sculpt that has always shipped with it originally. So
And it's not a bad sculpt.
Yeah,
it's not
so
a bad
this
sculpt. It's just not that. The one we're seeing right now.
So this right here on the screen, this is only available to you if you purchased it early and participated in the program. This one here is what you'll get going forward, which is what was originally released with the figure. John, what do you think about this?
It's irritating, man. It's really irritating. That sculpt, that new sculpt, wow. I think they did a really good job. Maybe their best Iron Man sculpt to date.
That's the Mark 50 sculpt, isn't it?
Let me get some
46 with the different hairpiece.
I don't have the 46, so maybe that's why. But let me ask you something. From my understanding, so Hot Toys is Hot Toys the one completing the exchange, or is Sideshow involved in this exchange at all?
So it's my understanding that if you purchased it at Secret Base, you go through Secret Base.
Okay.
If you purchased it from a licensed retailer, so Steven, we talked about this on the interview with him. If you purchased through Steven, you had the same deadline, but you would go through Steven to participate in the program.
Okay.
If you purchased it from something like Toys Wonderland, I'll be honest, I don't really know what their program was.
Okay.
So I can't comment on that, but essentially if you purchased it from a retailer that is an authorized retailer of Hot Toys products, you would go through that retailer to get your refund, or your exchange. So for example, if I purchased through Stevens, I still could not go through Sideshow. I would have to go through Stevens, who would then go through his rep.
See, the reason I bring that point up is because some people were mentioning that it was mentioned this program was mentioned through a blog post. I think that, and I'd like to know if anyone who's experienced this can say it in the chat or reach out to us, if Sideshow was involved. So if I'm purchasing it through Sideshow sends me emails for complete bull. Oh, here's an update. Your wait list is converted, or here's some points to go spend money. Every person that they sold this figure to should have had an email saying, "Hey, here's this procedure that we're conducting. If you want to get your head sculpt replaced, not brush this under the rug." And then now, it's one thing if they updated, even for the new collectors getting in with the new head sculpt. Now they're creating a limited run, and this is going to skyrocket in price. This figure.
Oh yeah.
You're going to see this skyrocket. This is gorgeous. This head sculpt should have been right off the bat.
Sculpt.
Unacceptable. This Hot Toys is just digging themselves into a hole that they're not going to be able to climb out of.
And I heard that you have to pay for shipping for the return too. So that's,
you pay for the shipping too.
It's ridiculous.
I'm interested. I'm interested to
Yeah.
see how the battle damaged 85 head sculpt comes out.
I think we're gonna get a delay for that one.
They're going to take all the head sculpts that were sent back and battle damage those.
Better not, because it's he's got like an open
so
mouth in that one, so it's like a total different sculpt. But I really hope they don't ruin that head, because that's the head sculpt that people should actually give a shit about.
I do believe they're gonna delay that figure.
So this is the post I'm referring to. This guy says, how many of you bought the Mark 85 from Sideshow not knowing the head exchange program has ended? I was patiently waiting for Sideshow with the instructions to do this, not knowing that they have shadily released a blog post about this quietly instead of emailing to all impacted customers, hoping no one would read it. Now I just contacted customer service, and they basically told me, too bad the exchange program has ended.
Yeah.
Am I the only one? And this was the thing here. It says, for fans in other regions, please stay tuned for an update, and shipment rescheduling will be expected. So this was basically that the deadline was closed. And the guy was obviously very disappointed.
And that's what's frustrating with Sideshow is they email you about everything, and their customers are, I think Sideshow, I'm not going to speak for any other licensed company that was dealing with this. I'll speak for Sideshow because that's who I use. I think they dropped the ball by not notifying their clients, their customers as well. I think they really could have upped their customer service, brought themselves more business if they handled the situation better.
Yeah, so I
totally agree with you.
I know for a fact it's not as easy as those market blasts that they do, because it's when you're doing that, you're going through and figuring out who actually purchased the figure. But like you said, you guys were the ones who messed up, and you gotta go like that. Unfortunately, that's part of the work, part of the business. When you mess up, you have to go through that then.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not like pressing a button. Okay, here's everybody that purchased the Iron Man.
But
Right.
I mean,
No,
they send
that's what I was
several
just saying.
emails a week. I mean, would it have been so difficult at the top of the email? Hey, if you no, I'm sorry, that's not difficult to add a header on top of
even
a
on their
regular
website.
email they would send that says, hey, if you got this figure through us, here's how to return it. If you got it through your retailer, here's how you return it to them. They send out so many emails a week. I've done stuff like that where you're sending out emails to a list. It's not that difficult.
But to Dylan's point, he brings up a valid point. Okay, so don't do it through email. Have an announcement on your website that pops up.
Right.
Have an announcement on the website.
There's a lot of ways they could have done that. I was just simply pointing out, that it's not the same as like those market blasts.
No,
but yeah.
Equan says Sideshow emails us every day for random bullshit, but not this.
Newsletters and things like that.
Yeah.
Dean, it's that time of the show where we thank the people that keep the doors open.
Hell yes. It's my favorite time of the show where I get to talk about what the scrapyard, honey. KG, I don't know if you collect 3 3/4 inch Star Wars and vehicles and such, but I gotta tell you, Watto Scrapyard is my favorite place to go to get those hard to come by pieces, whether it be a cockpit, a gun, even the missiles. Watto Scrapyard, you can find him on eBay, Facebook, and Instagram under that name. He makes hard to find Kenner and Hasbro pieces for vehicles, characters, like whatever you need, he's got it. He also makes resin printed head sculpts of literally anybody you could think of. KG, if you need a head sculpt made of you, I think he could do it. I know you're a handsome guy, but he could get it done. If you don't see a character you what?
So definitely check it out.
Yeah, dude, do it. Zach has one. Maybe one day we could do a showcase of that. If you don't see a character you like on his list of ever-growing characters,
that's impressive.
Send him a message. He'll get it designed. And there's a nice back and forth where if you don't really like it, he can make some edits. Then he'll print it. And then he'll ship it right to your door. You never have to leave your computer. And it's amazing. And Watto, Sean is such a sweet angel. We love Sean. And we love Watto. So make sure you guys visit them.
What a guy.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's talk about our second sponsor. Also, 16 Corner. Their mission is to provide you the best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, fast shipping, and the best customer service in the business. They're awesome. I always message them, and they respond quickly, never any issues. Choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and leave the rest to them.
Bunch of angels. We need to talk about balls, boys. With the right tool, your balls can be smooth as silk, but you wouldn't want to trust your family jewels with any old tool. With the brand new Lawnmower 4.0 by Manscaped, your balls are in the right hands. It has skin-safe technology with the replaceable ceramic blade. an LED light for grooming after dark, wireless charging, and it's also waterproof. It's trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, or 4 million balls if my math is correct. So if you've been slacking during quarantine and are ready to get back into the game, check out manscaped.com and use code CollectingWeekly for 20% off your order and free worldwide shipping. Your balls will thank you. Let's get into some discussion points. How soon is too soon? And I wanted to come with some a little bit of information. So the first Hot Toys Mando was first shown October 2019, and it was released in August 2020. During that time frame, between the initial preview and the release, Beskar Mando was shown in March 2020 and released December 2020. Now, released December 2020. And so you basically had a window of about 4 to 5 months where Beskar came out right after Mando. Now, the US, it did take a while. I didn't get my Beskar Mando until I think it was like late May, early June. But there's right now, there's still people waiting. Right now, they're coming out with a new version, which is shown June 2020. Now, when I buy a phone, I expect that phone will be a great phone and the most advanced version of that phone for at least a year, right? 13 months in, if Apple wants to drop a new iPhone, I'm not upset about it. When I buy a new game console, I expect that game console is going to be top of the line for maybe 2 years, and then they might make a slim version or an Xbox Series, whatever. And I understand that, and I'm fine with that. But at this price point, almost $300, $400, a lot of people in the world are just barely getting their Beskar Mando, and you're already being shown a figure that is better, a figure that comes with more, and a figure that is the way that your figure should have came out to begin with. Now,
And
I understand
in the marketing promos, it shows how
much better it is.
Yeah, than the one you have.
Now, I
That's
understand.
insulting.
I understand that Hot Toys does have a production schedule, and Optical 20 on the stream that you were on made a great point that they could have shown this 6 months down the line, still had a year of lead time, and everything would have been sunshine and roses. Having chosen to show this now, they affect the market of those that have the Beskar Mando. And I know as collectors, right, I don't collect for the money, right? But I like to know that shit that I literally just bought a week ago has some value and some desirability for some amount of time. They did this with Jedi Luke. It was released May 2018, and within 6 months, the deluxe Luke was teased December 2018. In my opinion, I understand that new versions of characters are always going to be coming out as new episodes come out. I get that. But I would like it if my figures had at least a year where they were the best version of that figure that they could be before a new version comes out. Sean says, counterpoint, if they waited till December 2021 to announce this, everyone would be pissed. And where is Season 2 Mando? I honestly don't think people would be that upset. Yeah. I get it, but at the same time, their lead times are so far out in advance now, they could still announce this in December and still have this ready at the time that they were going to
Can I ask you some questions based off your points? Now, this is the reason I'm skipping my turn is because these are not my thoughts. I just have questions for your points.
Sure.
First question: when did he actually release from Hong Kong?
He released in December.
Even though people are getting him now,
he released in December, and then Sideshow hit distribution in about April, and then that was a very small batch, and then now he's in stock in late June. But I would say early June was when pretty much most people, Mark Pearson, had it pre-ordered day one, and he didn't get his until mid-June.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, Dean, what do you think?
Like Zach said, sorry.
Wait, talk in your mic, please.
Yeah, sorry. Like Zach said, there's an expectation of the thing I just bought should be the nicest thing on the market for a while, maybe at minimum a year. And you know, this figure isn't going to be around for a while, but still, like Zach said, some people are still waiting for the current Beskar Mando, and it's already outdated. It's already
ridiculous.
The market is ruined because now everyone. It happened on Zach had this figure up for sale, the Beskar Mando, and somebody commented, "Why the fuck would I buy this when there's a better version?"
Yep.
Like. And which is a fair point. It's like, yeah, why would you? Like, that sucks for Zach. Like, that sucks for anybody that has this figure. The Hot Toys would come out and be like, hey, guys, you know how, like, you're still waiting on this figure we sold you? Here's a better one, and here's what yours looks like next to it because it's so shitty. It's like, what?
And you have to pay an extra $30 for canceling your current one to get the new one that's more expensive.
I think Sean works for Hot Toys. He's getting a kick up from Hot Toys, I think.
He says, to be fair, it's still the nicest thing on the market. The new one won't be released for 1.5 years. You're not wrong, but I would also counterpoint that they have almost every single part of this figure, the molds already. I would eat my own hat if this figure came out nice like Q4
Dude,
of... Oh, I love this hat, though. You're right. I would be willing to, like I would be actually shocked. I would be shocked if this figure is late. If this figure doesn't come out, I what's the release point? Just October, December 2022. They have everything else, man. They have the outfit templates. They have literally everything but the head sculpt and the armor, which they've
then
already
I would counterpoint with Rex because they have everything for that. And they're taking forever, so...
Yeah, but the Mando didn't have major body issues where people like KG are getting sent 5-6 versions that are still breaking.
That's ridiculous.
Mando was not... didn't have that many problems. I think at some point, some third-party company is going to make an armor set for this and a head sculpt that they're going to recast, and frankly, I'm all about it. Hashtag
there are a
boycott
couple
Hot
of
Toys.
people on Instagram, actually, that do that. I think Art15 Customs is actually doing it, too. You can get the Mando Season 2 pack. You can do that instead. I mean, you don't really need this figure. The only thing that really probably might bump people out is the head sculpt. And, you know, and I heard people saying, you know, I can just go buy that off of eBay. Well, no, because this is a new body because it's using a neck for the head sculpt. And the Mando that we have currently right now, this Beskar, doesn't, you know, it has that neck, but I don't think it's detachable. So... Yeah.
Anything's detachable within the Force, but...
Well, that's a good thing that KG mentioned also. I didn't mention this during the segment earlier, but a lot of people are saying, oh, just take this head sculpt and put it on the transport trooper, and then you have that look from that episode in Season 2. But the thing is, most Hot Toys troopers, the necks are like really in there. You have to undress the full figure to get to the neck. And so I don't think a lot of people are going to feel comfortable to do that just for a quick head swap. It's not so easy as just popping a head out. You got to, like, for example, the Stormtroopers, there's like stuff on the neck that you have to really get to it in order to take that
the ball peg's usually a lot longer, and there's like a foam ring around the peg. Anyway, it's just insulting, honestly, for a lot of collectors. I know for me personally, I was waiting until they came out with the swoop bike and this figure. The fact that the swoop bike is separate, it honestly pisses me off because it's like I would have rather have, you know, bought them together. Because that preserves. Had this figure and the swoop bike, it preserves the original market for the original Beskar Mando. And it's like, hey, you didn't buy the original Beskar Mando? Here's another chance, but you have to pay a premium with the swoop bike to get it.
Like they
Which
did
is
with
what
OG.
they did with with the Blurg and the original Mando. It's like, hey, you wanted the original Mando? Well, now you got to buy the Blurg to get it. But to just come out and be like, hey, look how shitty the first figure we came out with is. Buy this one. It's like, what the fuck? It just, it's I know a lot of people are like, I don't even feel like collecting this shit anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people it's making me want to,
drop out.
You guys have played Madden, right?
Yeah, it's like the same shit every year. They just do a quick little patch.
Yeah, they do one little thing differently just to, like, they just very, very gradually, like, maybe upgrade something with the graphics every year just to like make it different and say they did. And like they could have, probably done the same upgrade like 2-3 years ago. That's exactly what this reminded me.
Yeah, it's like, dude, why don't you just sell me a roster update?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, they used to do that, and then they figured out they were losing so much money, so now they have like a cutoff where they can't do that anymore. And yeah, it's even trying to be like an apologizer for businesses. That sucks. Like just being a fan of their product, it sucks. I mean, let's look at their I guess their marketed crowd, right? Like, or their who they're trying to sell to are people. They want Hot Toys typically because they want the best action figure out there, the best quality action figure out there. And when Hot Toys is doing that to people that are there buying from them in the first place because of that reason, that sucks even worse, because they know like these guys aren't just like getting a Hot Toy because that's just, they just feel like it or something. They do it because they want the best of the best, and to be able to say that and to have that in their collection. So yeah, that sucks. I was pretty butthurt about it, but I'm gonna try and be lighthearted about it and just appreciate my Beskar Mando while I have it. Like I said, I got that Beskar Mando, and the day I got it, I had to decide then and there if I wanted to return it or if I wanted to keep it and enjoy it. And I was like, well, I've gone this long without a Mando. I want a Mando now. I need one in my collection, and I don't want to wait until 2020, the end of 2022 yet. So
then you get season 3 Mando. There you go.
Mr. JB said it's funny how every collector that has a YouTube channel is talking about the same thing, being mad about reissues and making a better figure than the last issue. That's because that's news, my guy. That's the hottest topic right now. Everyone's talking about it because the fucking company keeps fucking us over. John?
We've been talking about how reissues are bull from the beginning. It's unethical.
This is worse than a reissue.
Yeah, it's unethical. It's literally spitting in the collector's face. And I'm gonna go to what you guys say about desirability. Okay. I think every Hot Toys figure that they put out should retain some sort of desirability. I don't think that they should be releasing a figure, and even if it is 5-10 years later, that original figure should hold some sort of desirability. Whether it's the accessories, whether it's a base, whether it's the flippin' art box. That figure, someone at some point should say, you know what? I like the original. I want the original release.
Wow.
What they're doing here, this is how many strikes do they have already? They did it with the Iron Man head sculpt that we talked about. They're doing it with this. They're doing it with all the reissues. At what point are they going to be accountable for these malpractices that they're conducting?
Hashtag boycott Hot Toys.
Practices, wow.
Malpractices.
So John, are you gonna buy? Hang on, John, are you gonna buy this?
Of course.
God damn it, John! Then shut the fuck up about it.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know if I'm gonna.
No,
buy this.
John.
Look,
boycott. Look, if you're a collector and you're tired of the shit, boycott it, right?
Yeah,
don't fucking bitch and moan about it, and then order the fucking thing, and then.
Yeah. Who's gonna buy this? You're gonna pre-order this, guys. In a year and a half, we're gonna be into season 3 of Mando.
By the time this figure comes out, we'll be in season.
We'll be in season 3.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be like there's gonna be new and better things. Hot Toys, they need to step up their game. They need to stop this bullshit where they tease a figure and we wait a year and a half, 2 years for this figure. Buddy, you're gonna tease a figure, get that production going already before you tease it even. I know you need to gauge your pre-orders and this and that, but at the end of the day, we're living in a day and age where people aren't jumping on the bandwagon to pre-order right away. So if you're using the pre-order program to gauge your numbers, that's already flawed. Me personally, I used to pre-order right away. I literally wait till the item goes on waitlist to pre-order. That's at the point that I'm at. Because why am I going to let Sideshow hold my money when I can just wait? That's how I look at it. But the way they're conducting business, no. They get the, I don't know what you guys have in the States. I don't know what they have in Hong Kong to investigate this company. This is worse than stock fraud over here.
Equan says, "Stand tall, John. Don't get it. Wait for season 3." Usby says, "Original suit still has desirability. Pram, leg armor, Beskar stack."
The original
But the
suit
thing
has
with- the
no
thing with-
desirability
deluxe.
whatsoever. The pram, big freaking whoop. The pram. Well, you can. Come on.
You can buy the
That's
accessory
an easy
pack for
custom you can get
The
done.
thing
Is that pram?
The thing with this one though is like everything about it's better. The accessories are better. It comes with the sculpt. The armor's actually looks like it does in the show.
Everything.
And yeah, I mean it's just the
Now,
price is obviously not
let me
better.
slip,
But
let me slip one more thing in. If they gave us the original suit with this
yeah,
chrome
because
look,
the actual flight suit color is
Exactly.
correct on this one. This
That's-
is bullshit.
That's
if
what
they
I was
gave us
gonna
the
say.
chrome look on the original suit, we'd be having a different conversation here today.
I said
But
that at the
to-
beginning of the show. That shine to it, the chrome look to it, is
Yeah.
the thing that like gets me the most with this new one.
Mhm.
And it would have been different if this was like a new thing to them, but it's not at all
not.
a new thing for Hot Toys to do.
No.
Um,
They did it with Phasma fucking 4 years ago. They could have done this day one.
Guys,
Yeah.
their marketing, for God's sakes, they're putting on their marketing reissue of this one. They literally showed you the old Beskar one and the upgrade, and the figure is still on Sideshow's site for pre-order. How is that a good business move?
The only thing is,
I think it's in stock already.
the only thing
Oh,
I
yeah,
could
it
say is shame onto us, or shame on
Not
us.
me.
Well
Not me,
versed.
baby.
Hold on, shut up for a second. The shame on us, like well seasoned collectors, because we saw this picture a long time ago, and we've been through this song and dance. That it wasn't like this was a surprise by any means. Should not have been a surprise to us by any
Dylan,
means. We
come
knew
on.
it was coming. I'm not saying it makes it right. I'm not saying that, but we knew better. You
We
guys
didn't
knew
know
better.
this was coming. Don't say that.
Yeah, we saw pictures of it. What the hell are you talking about?
Hold on a second. You saw season 2 Mando coming that was advertised in 2 toy shows
With the
in
swoop
2
bike.
separate years on a swoop bike.
Yeah.
You didn't see.
That's what- that's
you
what I
didn't see.
thought
We didn't see the shine.
Hold on a second. You didn't see the
Yeah,
shine.
the chrome wasn't
You didn't
there.
see the head sculpt. You didn't see a hint at the accessories. You just saw him on the swoop bike.
But you knew it was coming. Like
They fooled the collector. If that was the
Got
case,
bamboozled.
if that was the case, show us everything. You know how they put
Yeah.
all the figures in the glass case with the accessories and everything? Show us that. Don't show us him on a swoop bike because your original Beskar is still up for pre-order, and you want people to fall into that trap. Come on.
So you expected it to just be the same figure, just with a swoop bike, and that's
I
it?
expected it to be the same outfit and a possible 2-pack swoop bike. Of course, that's what I expected. I didn't expect to get a head sculpt. I didn't expect to get a chrome outfit.
Oh, so you're just an idiot. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
no,
how
you're
dare
right.
you.
Oh,
How dare you?
Dylan, do you even collect
I'm
Hot
just
Toys?
kidding. I'm just
How dare
kidding,
you.
John. I agree with pretty much everything you guys are saying all the way.
Yeah, and then watch out, dude. On the groups, the hashtag Glad I Waited crowd was in full effect.
Yeah,
acting like they're motherfucking Copernicus predicting the
Dude,
future.
honestly, I'm glad I waited. I mean,
Fuck you, dude.
yeah, because like Zach said, if you really have a problem with this, and you should, I don't think you should buy the season 2 Mando. Vote with your wallet. I mean, people did it with the movies, and it took a while, but they started kind of listening to us, and I mean, not much. They still fuck us every chance they get, but I mean, like, don't buy it. I really want this because I've waited for it for so long, but it's like, I shouldn't get this because of
Vote with your
the
wallet,
message
bro.
it sends.
No, I think Hot Toys needs new management.
You guys
Manny
gonna let me and
says-
KG go or what?
No,
What'd you
Manny
say?
says in the Dark Trooper promo pics, non-chrome Mando is there. I think KG went already, but yeah, Eddie, go ahead.
Did you? Oh, I must have missed it then.
I thought you went because you skipped. You like asked
No,
question.
Dylan
I
skipped
that was-
us. Dylan
No,
skipped
How,
Dylan
da-
did
how,
it, yeah.
how dare you, Dylan? How dare you?
Dylan's in the peanut gallery. He's the next one.
Actually,
it's weird,
speaking of peanut gallery, we have some peanut gallery stuff to talk about later. Go ahead, Eddie.
This is why I want to go because you guys are gonna hate me. I disagree with everything you said.
Get him off.
Oh,
Take him off now.
Everything
God.
you said.
Of course. What else?
I
is
think
there?
you guys-
devil's
you say
advocate.
you say something. You say something. Eddie's the complete opposite.
Dude,
That's
this
it.
is me. This
It's
is me.
just-
This is me when I look at my season 1 Mando.
So no head.
Dude, that clip is older than KG. You can't
Oranges
do
are
that.
orange. Eddie will say they're purple.
Look, I don't disagree. I understand you're upset. I understand the emotions behind this release. I understand everything. I disagree with them. I'm with Sean. The originals, the deluxe Mando still has things that you can't get with this.
Oh, a pram?
No, it has 3 things. It has the Beskar Hollow, the armor in the
Cantana, something like that.
No,
All
it has
the
the
shit that should have come
It has the
with
Beskar.
season one.
It has the Beskar holder. It has the hologram, and it has the pram. You can't get any of those with this. First of all. Second of all, it was never a horrible release. You guys swear when that one released, everybody was like, "This is
a bad release."
Okay, just watch the replay. It's not a horrible release. It's
compared to this, it looks pretty bad.
Compared to this, that's an opinion. That's an opinion.
Well, yeah, we're an opinion show. We're not speaking.
Second of all, the armor, the chrome effect. A lot of people were saying that it wasn't chrome. A lot of people were saying that it was the silver. So now that it's all chrome, you can't say that everybody wanted the chrome because there was a lot of people that wanted the silver.
You know what though? It's not opinion. Real quick, you know how I know that? Because in their own fucking promo shots, they show you how much better it looks.
Yeah,
that's not a fucking opinion.
They're
It's like, hey guys,
the difference.
Look at how much better we made it.
Did they say it's better? Or did they say it's different?
Why would you even show a comparison if you're not showing how
But
much
I'm
better
asking-
something is?
I
Okay,
believe
but
the words
why-
"new and improved" were used in the post. I gotta go. And
New and
double check
improved.
that,
All right.
but-
If it says that, then that's
but
on
the
them.
the armor is actually chrome. Like people are saying it's not, but it's graphite
Yeah, but
on gloss
still,
black
if
paint. It's definitely
someone
chrome.
wants their version of a collectible and it's not the chrome, then they got it right.
Nobody
there.
wants that.
That's opinion, though, dude. That's just something you're saying
We'll
to
put a
justify
poll.
your emotions.
We'll put a
about the
poll
release.
in the Collecting Weekly
No,
Ops.
because John, you don't believe in polls. When freaking NECA Batman won, you were bitching and moaning.
Okay, NECA
Talking about
Batman
how
won, and then you
vote-
woke up. Okay, fine.
Also, we do have to look. Also, we do have to look at the timeline that it's gonna take while having the deluxe and then getting this. Even if it is a year, even
So
if it
you'd rather
doesn't
have a
come out
piece
in a
of
year and
shit?
a half, it was never a piece of shit though. See what I mean? I thought no one said it was bad.
Eddie, it's a piece of shit compared to this one, Eddie. It is.
What's out right now? What's it a piece of shit
I don't
to
care
compared
what's
to
out
right
right now, buddy.
Well, I'm
Okay,
sorry,
so
that's what collecting
it's like
is, dude.
it's like a pacifier. Oh,
See,
here's a
this
little
is all
pacifier.
emotions and opinion.
He called buddy. Here's a
Here, let
pacifier.
me- Oh, come on, John. Jesus Christ.
We need a.
Is he frozen? Oh,
John gets so
we need a
buttered.
shirt that says "At the end of the day." ...
You know what? Hush it over there, Dylan. Fucking between Dylan and Eddie, fuck, man.
Look,
Jesus Christ.
I don't mean to like be the devil's advocate, but this is just how I feel. Like,
You know why
I
you feel
had
like
it.
that? Because you
I had
sold it right before
Yeah.
this shit happened.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you
if
feel.
you were still holding on to it, you'd be fucking pissed like me.
No,
If you were Zach,
nah, but
Zach told us the day before this got dropped. Zach told us the day before. I'm thinking about selling it. Then it dropped, and
This,
we were
this
like,
was my face exactly when I saw like at 2 a.m. that picture go up. I was like,
Not like this. Not like this.
to be fair,
Dude,
he
this
was
fucking
thinking of selling
kick-
it.
just-
he was. He
before
fucking
that.
was.
just kick me in the balls for like $40, dude. 50,
But-
$60.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't know.
Eddie,
I don't know.
Eddie,
I'm
you're
just-
not wrong. The original release
you.
is still a good figure.
Of
It
course.
is.
Thank you.
No one's debating that.
Thank you.
But in the time frame that we're talking about, and then to literally show it side by side, saying, "Look how much better we made the figure." You're still waiting on to some
Yeah.
people that you still have on pre-order that is
That you
still
will
in a
lose $30
fucking boat
for canceling.
shipping across the world. Look how much better we have made it,
Yeah.
and you're still waiting on the one before it. Yeah, you're gonna feel like, well, I got the shittier version.
I mentioned in the beginning of the show, if you're gonna get the swoop bike, if you're gonna end up having all three, just put the original one on the swoop bike. Because like I said, when he's in that pose, you're not gonna be able to tell if it's chrome, this and that. This way, you have it in that pose, and there you go. And then you display the chrome one separately. I think that's the best way to tackle this. I don't think you should go sell your Beskar one unless you want to take a hit.
What would have been-
gonna do?
Real quick, Sean says, "Have we confirmed it says new and improved?" I stand corrected. It stands specially featured chrome plated armor.
Damn.
How much was
A man can
Durasteel
only
Mando?
admit when he's wrong. Durasteel Mando. I think it was 250.
243.
243. Yeah.
So 243, and then how much was the deluxe Beskar?
315.
315. Okay, how much is the new one? 385.
330.
Well, no, 330 for the regular, 375 for the deluxe.
Okay, so I'll just be nice and do 330, and then the swoop bag is 285.
Yes.
So to have every look of Mando from Hot Toys is going to cost you almost $1,200. That's
American.
fucking bullshit.
That's
it's
American.
like you need the deluxe for the Beskar, or you need the deluxe Beskar to have all the shit for Durasteel Mando. Then you need the deluxe version to have all the looks for the 2 Beskar Mandos, and then the swoop bike. $1,200. That's insane.
That's a lot of money.
In my opinion, I think Hot Toys could do the collectors a solid. Right?
You're gonna buy it, bitch.
Hang on, Hot Toys could do the collectors a solid, and I'm not saying that they need to do this, but I think it would certainly make a lot of people feel a little less upset. Release the chrome armor as an upgrade kit. Literally all the armor is held on by Velcro, and release the accessory pack with the weapons as well. Charges 50, 60, 80, $100. I think a lot of people would be a lot happier than paying fucking $380 for a figure that they literally just got a few weeks ago in some cases.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Then this one
I think
sell.
you're right. Well, that's their fault. They should have done it with the first one.
Eddie, you're going to sit there. Hold on a second. You're going to sit there and literally admit.
Give me a legit argument.
No,
and
no.
I won't
Let me ask
do
you a
it.
question. You're going to sit there and tell me that this is not dirty and not a malpractice?
Yes.
You're going to sit there.
Yes.
And say
100%
that?
all day.
Well, then you need to reevaluate
Why?
the term
Tell
collecting.
me why. Tell me
and-
why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Why are you wrong?
It's a year. You're waiting a year for a new figure.
It doesn't matter if you're waiting a
That
year.
one has things that never
But
came
people are
with.
But you haven't even gone your.
that
People haven't even gone
From
their best
Sideshow.
Carmandos
That's
yet.
not Hot Toys is in China. They're released.
Yeah, but I would say a bulk majority of their customers are not in.
I don't care. That's still not Hot
Okay,
Toys. They're
whatever.
That's not them. They're not Sideshow. They're not
Guys,
Sideshow.
everyone
They
has
released
their
the
own
figure
opinion.
already. No, that's not
Sideshow-
opinion. These are
Sideshow's
facts.
getting
not a
it
fact.
from
You're
Hot
arguing
Toys.
opinion.
They're still
You're
waiting
arguing
for
an
No,
opinion.
so you're telling me that you're just the right one. What you say is right, and what everyone else says is wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong. Someone in the chat, tell me
You're
I'm wrong.
wrong. I just told you you're wrong.
For what?
You're
Give me a
wrong
reason
because
I'm
it's a
wrong.
malpractice.
Okay, that's an opinion, dude.
Okay, and what you have is an opinion as well.
No, I'm actually talking facts, bro.
You're talking facts. So you're saying it's right that they came out with
Rewatch
this figure?
the fucking replay, dude, and tell me I'm wrong. That's why Zach isn't arguing with me, because Zach actually argues facts, and I'm not saying anything.
I'm
that's
not.
wrong.
I get what Eddie's saying, that you are right. Like, if this figure's not out for a year, Hong Kong is where they're headquartered at. But I think the optics, right?
Look, you scared KG.
The optics are just bad. BMW Lover says, I think your argument, rather, is solid. Equan says, I can't do another round of Cape Hole Gate again with this next Mando.
Yeah, that should be the real fucking argument.
Manny says, this is scary.
Oh, fuck,
And
Equan, that was good.
Danny Lee says, we need the Daddy Chill clip. Yeah, let's simmer down for a second. I just think it's bad form. At the end of the day, whether factually or not, I think it's bad form at this price point. I think someone said it earlier in the comments, like, you know, if you just bought this and then you're now having to buy another one, you could just buy a Queen Studios or an Iron Studios or even the Sideshow Premium format or the NYC Fan R version, but and have spent that money and have a much more premium, much more limited collectible that's not going to be outdated in, you know.
Can I just ask one question? Let me ask
No.
one question, please.
Oh my God!
Eddie,
What's with the questions?
You go to a store. You go to your collectible store. You have this figure, and you have the original Beskar on a shelf. You have money for one. Which one you buying?
I think it depends.
It depends on
I
what.
want. It depends on what I want.
So that's my question. What do you want? Which one are you buying?
I want this one.
Oh, okay. End of story.
Yeah, Eddie, that's like the thing that I admitted right away is it is emotional. That's why it sucks. That's why everyone's so mad about it, is because it is emotional, because they're trying to enjoy this thing, everyone that they just got. And you, like I said, it's for a community or for an audience that wants the best, the latest, and greatest.
But can we hate on a company for something that invokes our emotions and not actual?
I hate on things for much less, so I would say yes.
Yeah, but
true.
can we say a
You
company
can-
is doing a bad thing because we personally don't like it?
It's like a bad
think
thing.
so.
That's like subject. That's whatever. But people.
That's
can
the
be,
only reason,
but
because I understand that stuff completely.
People can be
I understand
upset,
that
though,
we're
Eddie.
a channel that has its own opinions and all that. I understand that, but we always say like, this is a shitty move. Like, I don't know if it is. It is for us. It is for certain people. But I don't know if it is as a company.
Well, the original question, Eddie, and I think it's kind of where we're getting lost, is how soon is too soon? Of course they're going to make a better version. Of course they're going to come out with a reissue. Of course they're going to make adjustments to the figure. But our argument is, when there are still people waiting for their Beskar Mando, or have just gotten it, who was it that got it like a week and a half ago, Zach?
Will Fox.
Dylan and Mark Pearson.
Yeah.
And Will Foxification.
Just got it. And then Hot Toys is saying, hey, look, it's outdated. That's too soon. That's way too soon. And I know the figure doesn't come out for a year, but they could have showed this figure in 6 months and make the collector like, okay, like, I've had this figure.
Shit happens. I've had it for a year.
Yeah.
I think then we need to look at when is season 3 coming out. Because if we say that they need to wait 6 months to show this, then that means we wait another year and a half to get it, which means.
But you're implying that
by then season 3 we'd see the same thing happen again.
Yeah, this is going to be continuous. It's not.
There's
end.
too many.
Keep going.
There's too many.
It's never going to end.
Yes, you can do these things, but then it's just going to happen with the next release.
Of course, that's what I mean? That's a point I agree with you on. It's never going to end because we keep buying them up.
And
I think the problem
only
is
too
complicated.
soon if you can have it in hand the next day. If people were getting this deluxe Mando today and then they could get this one tomorrow, I would agree.
I think the problem's complicated by the fact that the Beskar Mando, or excuse me, the Durasteel Mando came with almost nothing, and the Beskar Mando did come with a ton of shit, but it's all shit that the first one should have came with. If you look at like what the Beskar Mando came with that's specific to the Beskar and the scenes that it's in, it's a lot less appealing than when you look at both. Yeah. If you were to parse out each one with what they should have came with originally, you know, obviously, at the time we thought it was great, but as the season progressed and you start seeing all the shit that it doesn't come with, it kind of makes you wonder.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What will happen if? Okay, I know there's a 1/4 scale version of the season 2 Mando. Do you think
there's gonna be a second one at some point?
Jesus. Now that I can't get behind.
Do you guys think they might update the Chrome version to that Chrome version for that one?
That's a good question.
God.
Yeah, it'll be a 2026. I mean, Eddie, I think maybe just put yourself in those people's shoes, though. I mean, you just got. I know you returned it, but I mean, let's say you just got that Iron Studios. Or excuse me, the Sideshow Silver Surfer. I think that's the last big piece that was brand new that you got. And a week after you got it, Sideshow was like, "Oh, here's a new, better one."
With
and it was with actual chrome and
good comparison.
Something like that. I think you'd be the tiniest bit upset. I think you'd be like, "Well, that fucking sucks," because you would lose money on the resale or you would lose money on returning it. And obviously, in your situation, you don't still have that piece. Because yours had that damage, but I would say most people, myself included, who just got it, I think we feel a little shafted by this.
Can we not look at the glass as half full though?
No, but
because look, if you take this one and you put him with the spear or you put him with the Darksaber, then you've got a completely look. We can only pose him one way. There's so many things. You can have the deluxe. Yeah, right. You can have the deluxe and have him in the flight pose. And then you could have this one fighting Moff with the Darksaber, or you know what I mean?
But only one's gonna have the. I mean, unless you buy an upgrade kit.
Yeah, but you have to spend more money. That's the
Dark Side Customs.
You're telling people
to
support it now.
But Beskar Mando isn't season 2 Mando. Beskar Mando is the end of season 1. This is a season 2 Mando. It's got the accurate thigh plate knee pad.
Then if you're saying that, then you just made your own then you just made my argument for me. That's a season 1.
Yourself, bro.
But season 2 Mando comes with the deluxe, comes with the shit you need for the end of season 1. It comes with both.
Minus the pram.
But it still comes with the it's the same figure and more.
I understand.
But you're not wrong. There's completionists, right? Like, I want every Luke Skywalker. I don't care, if it's A New Hope and then I have Bespin Luke. Like, I want them all. So it's like I want every version of the Mando, which is great for that collector. But again, it's the time frame in which it's happening.
The only reason I'm arguing what it comes with and it's a different variant or whatever you want to call it is because people are saying, why buy this over that one? There are reasons. You just can't see them. You're overlooking them. You don't care.
If someone said, I just want to say something. If someone said, maybe the chat could get involved. If someone said a year ago, if Hot Toys came out and says, well, let's just say, here's the Beskar version 1 we're coming out with, but here's our planned version 2 with all the accessories and everything you see. Do you think, and let's say they said, well, this one's going to come out in 2 years and this one's going to come out next year. Do you actually think that people would still pick up the first Beskar version just because it's a year difference?
Some people, yes. If you're arguing the majority, that's different.
Okay, well, the majority, I'm just asking the majority, because at the end of the day, that's what we're looking at. Because Hot Toys doesn't give a rat's ass about the small groups of people, the small group of collectors who've been collecting for a long time. They're looking at the majority of new collectors coming into this hobby. That's how they're basing their business. So when I'm speaking, I'm going to just base it off on the majority. Do you think that the majority would have waited, or do you think the majority would have still jumped on the bandwagon just for that 1 year to have the figure in their collection?
It's a tough.
Yeah.
There's too many what ifs in that scenario.
Eddie, I think you have to, like Zach said, put yourself in someone's shoes. I am not a very glass half empty person. You know that.
Why would I buy a collectible based off of your shoes?
No.
Tell me why.
I wanted to show this to Sean.
Okay. I think we just lost Dean.
Anyways, yeah, I was just saying, Eddie, like it is emotion because that's how these people feel about it and like it. Like you're trying to like talk them into liking it, tell them reasons to like it. They don't like it, and that's okay. That's like
I didn't say they were wrong.
That's
I just
their
said that
opinion.
that shitting on the company is a little too far.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I didn't say they were wrong. I even said, like, look, I justify your emotions. I justify everything you're arguing. I just accept calling them a shitty company or saying that it's a bad move. I disagree.
Let's move forward because I think we could be here all night on this topic. Maybe we can talk about it on After Dark tomorrow. Shipper boxes and how important that is. Let's talk about a little lighter subject. I've been looking for a figure lately, and I've had some people that have had one for about the same price as some people that had the shipper and some people that didn't. I'm just curious, what do you guys think of the shipper box? Is it important for you when buying a collectible? Is it something that you think carries an amount of money value-wise? John, what do you think?
I think it does. I think shipper boxes have a monetary value. For goodness sake, I think the Kylo Ren that just came out when they came from Hong Kong. I don't know if it was Hong Kong or through Sideshow. They didn't have shipper boxes, and people were like, "Oh my goodness, there's no shipper box, this and that." Look at me. I'll give the example of the Mythos statues. I got the guy to take money off because he didn't have the shipper boxes on it. So I think it's getting to the point where, shipper boxes are a big deal. Look at Sideshow now. Certain companies, they offer the program where you can double box. You put a box over the shipper box.
Yeah.
So I do think it's important to certain collectors, and it's something that we're just going to have to get used to. If you have a collectible that doesn't have a shipper box, be prepared to take a little bit of a hit if you decide to resell.
So the reason also why I wanted to bring this up, and sorry about the mic, I guess, I don't know, it just dropped randomly on StreamYard. Mario was telling us that the new Kylo from TROS, I don't know if it's all of them or most of them or some of them, but Sideshow informed him that it would not have a shipper box.
That's it, yep.
And he was really upset about that because he stores a lot of his stuff. Being able to protect the art box while it's in the storage is important. I don't know how much value I would prescribe to a shipper box, but I certainly think that all things being equal, if you could buy a used figure or even a new figure, let's just say for $250, and it did or did not have a shipper box, I think the average collector, if everything else was equal, would always go with the shipper box. And I've seen groups where people say, oh, well, the shipper box doesn't carry any value, or people are just overhyping them. But I think at the end of the day, I think we would all, at least from what I would believe, would much rather have a shipper than not have one. What do you think, Dean?
I just got back in here because my computer fucked up. I don't know what we're talking about.
Shipper boxes. Are they important? Do they carry value? What do you think?
No, I mean, it's in their name, right? They're for shipping. They are shipper boxes. They're boxes to be shipped in. I think people that hold value on these are a little silly. I mean, they do come with like printed text about the figure, so they're more important than just like a regular box. But I know there's some people that are like won't buy a figure if it doesn't come with the shipper, and that's insane to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I prefer it if my figures have the shipper, but I'm not bent out of shape if it doesn't. Right? Like, as long as the art box is protected, I really don't care what it comes in. I know I bought a figure from Eric one time, and it came in like a Kylo Ren shipper box. Like, I really don't give a fuck about the shipper box. Like, I care about the box the figure comes in. So, that's my take.
Yeah, I didn't care about the shipper box at all until I started trying to sell some of my collection, and holy shit, there are a lot of people that take that stuff seriously. There was a couple guys when I was selling, almost everything I was selling wasn't new or new in box. And people like reach out and they would say, "Is this new?" And I'm like, "No, I say in the posting it's not new." "Oh, well, I only buy new stuff." Okay. And then they just keep messaging you like they want you to just conjure it up being new or something. And shipper boxes, I had almost an identical interaction with them as well, about that same exact thing. Like, "Oh, I won't buy it without the shipper box." And that part is really annoying. I don't give a shit myself. Like Dean said, I'd probably prefer to have it. It doesn't have to be the shipper box, just a shipper box sometimes, depending on how I'm storing it as well. But yeah, I don't need it personally. It just made it a lot easier to sell figures when they come with them, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. I stack all my shipper boxes on top of one another, and then on a Sharpie, I write what the figure is, so I can just grab the box if I need it.
On the shipper, you write it?
Yeah. Like, not in, like, huge things, but, like, I'll write, like, "Oh, this is A New Hope Luke."
He writes it in Spanish.
This goes back to a story that you told me. Your friend Molly, she works at UPS in I think it's like the packing where they put the boxes on the truck, and she saw your shipper, and I think she wrote all over it. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think you were a little perturbed by that.
I was perturbed by it only because if I gave a shit, she would have ruined the value. I personally don't care about the shipper box, so like it was amusing, but I told her, I was like, "Dude, don't do that," because like if there is
she write
something,
you like a sexy note. She put,
it was
like
like
with a little
she
heart.
said, "I want to ask your D from the back."
Dude, it was
So what that
pretty
Baldo
crazy.
do?
I never thought of shipper boxes.
Wait, what was the message?
Shocked she didn't get fired for what she wrote.
Really? What did she write?
It was steam. I don't even think I can say it on the air. I'm just kidding.
Can you?
No, it was something cute, like
I want to dream the dream.
I'll have to find it's still on the box, so I can go find it. But yeah, she wrote like a message on it. I was like, "Don't do that."
I never thought twice about shipper boxes. The only time that shipper boxes...
until it was in your favor, and then you should get knocked off $300.
The only time shipper boxes came into my brain... What did he say?
I said until it saved you $300.
$300. Well, it saved a little bit more.
Dude, that guy's watching the show right now.
That was all Eddie. That one I have to give it credit to.
Dude, they
Eddie.
really do watch. Be careful.
That was all
I'll
Eddie.
message you later and say don't talk about it.
Don't talk about my girlfriend in the hands.
I went to go pick up locally my Thanos on Throne.
Thanos?
The sideshow one. And when I got to the guy's house, he had the shipper box plastic wrapped. He had the plastic wrapped. And I thought the first thing I thought to myself is, why do you have the shipper box plastic wrapped? And then that's when I truly saw, well, damn, these and he was a serious collector. He had a massive collection. These people, there's value in those shipper boxes.
I don't know who you guys are selling to, but I have sold a lot of shit, and I have never once lost money because of not having a shipper box.
I've lost 2 deals out of maybe 40 sales because I didn't have It's not that I didn't have a shipper box. It's I didn't have the right shipper box for the figure because that's how I got it. I've lost 2 deals from that.
5 sales because they weren't new, and I would say probably 3 for not either no shipper or not the right shipper.
It's also like funny because I don't really care about having a shipper box either, or even in like pristine condition. But I've had figures come before, and if the shipper box has like a ripped piece or like it's dirty, Jesus, I knew someone was gonna. Anyways,
KG, what do you
if it comes
think?
ripped or something, you're upset. You're like, why is this damaged? Like, what?
Honestly, all I care about is my figure, coming, in perfect condition. Somebody mentioned actually in the chat about, I don't know, I think it was Hugh that said that, I'd rather have a clean box, rather, not to have the symbol of the Hot Toys because it might get stolen. I've seen through Facebook that a lot of people's Captain Americas have been stolen. Or at least some parts were stolen because of probably the Hot Toys logo, and I really want that to happen, because you just never know, the people inside of these, shipping companies, they might steal it, they might take it, but all I care about is really the figure coming in good condition and also the box art. I don't really mind the shipper boxes. All I do care is that it just comes in perfect. I could care less about the shipper box being damaged. So.
Hughes says, I think the shipper box maybe drops your resale value by a few bucks, but if you don't have the art box, you're taking a way bigger hit. Yeah, you're right. What were you saying, Eddie?
I was saying against that point. Like, I feel like people make a bigger deal about the fucking shipper than they do the art box. I've had art boxes that had like a rip on the corner or like that are damaged, and people still are like, "Where's the shipper?" Like, what the fuck? But one time I used to live with people in my old place. It was like a duplex where I was on the top, they were on the bottom part of the house, and so all my boxes would go to them. They had birds, and they had a bird cage right at the front of the door, and they would put all my packages like next to the bird cage. Well, when I ordered the Spider-Man negative suit, they put that shipper box under the bird cage, so there was bird shit all over my fucking Hot Toy, dude, and all over the shipper box. And I don't care about shipper boxes, but I saw this immediately. I was like, what kind of fucking savages do this to someone's mail? They put it out, so I had to throw away that shipper box, and it pissed me the fuck off. But I mean, see? I took a hit on that negative suit anyway because it's still in stock and I sold it. But yeah, it bugs me when it's something bad happens to it,
The statues that you let go now, did you have the shipper boxes for them?
Yeah, it mattered. I think there I see it mattering more with statues. Yeah, I have shippers for every. I try to keep everything if I have it. Good. If I don't have it, then not. But I feel like it matters more for statues.
With statues, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a very special segment on the show, and I want to play it for you guys.
What's up, creeps? Welcome back to another thrilling episode of the 60-second Creepshow. My name is Manny, your host. We finally have a bit of spooky news, so let's get to it. Last week via Twitter, an AMC employee leaked some of the screenshots of the upcoming Halloween Kills trailer. Now, I wasn't sure if they were legit, but let me tell you, they were. Within hours, it forced Universal and Blumhouse to release their trailer early. It was said that they were going to release it sometime in July, but one person caused all of that to change. The trailer itself is amazing. The score is amazing. I seriously cannot wait for this film. I've been on the hype train. I never got off. And now the hype train is just going 110 miles an hour. And I'm loving every second. I would imagine that Trick or Treat Studios and NECA are going to announce their products very, very soon. I'm hoping that we can get some sort of merchandise at the same time that the film comes out. That about does it for this episode of the 60-second Creepshow. Be on the lookout. I feel like we have a full Creeps R Us episode coming soon. Stay creepy, guys.
Love to see that. Getting into movie news, Transformers Rise of the Beasts adds Ron Perlman as the voice of Optimus Primal. Should be interesting to see that. Thank you for whoever did that.
Okay.
For the movie of the week, we were talking about Scarface. This was Eddie's choice after getting a green card in exchange for assassinating a Cuban government official. Tony Montana strikes a claim on the drug trade in Miami, viciously murdering anyone who stands in his way. Tony eventually becomes the biggest drug lord in the state, controlling nearly all the cocaine that comes through Miami. But increased pressure from the police, wars with the Colombian drug cartels, and his own drug-fueled paranoia served to fuel the flames of his eventual downfall. I love this movie. I can't get enough Al Pacino. I think as Michael Corleone plays one of my favorite bad guys of all time, and then in Scarface he plays a totally different but equally great bad guy, and I'm here for it. What do you think about it, Dean?
Man, I remember growing up, everyone talks about how great this movie is. And I was always, a little young to watch it. And then I remember one day, I don't know, I was probably like 17, 18, 19. I was like, I've never seen this fucking movie, and everyone like talks about how fucking great it is. I'm gonna watch it. And god damn it, it's a good fucking movie, dude. It really is like one of the best movies ever made. Like, it definitely has the chops to be called like one of the greatest like American movies, like The Godfather or fucking The Notebook. Like it really is.
The Notebook.
I don't think Scarface and The Notebook have ever been in the same sentence.
I thought he was going to say Forrest Gump.
No, but you know what I mean. Like when people talk about like the top 20 greatest films of all time, Scarface is in there. And, like, you have zero doubt in your mind it should be. Like, yes, this movie deserves to be where it's at. It's I don't know if I could say enough good things about this movie. Fucking, what's-her-face in this movie is so
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Gorgeous. What'd you say?
Pfeiffer?
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh, my Lord. Wow, just stunning, dude. Just, like, holy shit, like... That's not fair because as growing up, she's already a much older woman. But holy shit, seeing her in this movie is like a whole different, really awoken something deep down inside of me, even at that age. So, yeah, this movie is fucking. Again, you can't say enough good things about it.
Can we get an impression?
What? Oh.
Can we get,
well, you can't put
do
me
the
on the
say
spot
hello
like
to
that.
my little friend.
No.
He's got to practice.
You gotta
practice.
I want you to just pull it while one of us is talking. Just do it.
Yeah.
I did not know this until last night after I watched it again, because it's been like 5 years since I watched it. But I tried looking up to see if it was based off of a true story, and it is actually based on Al Capone, like the actual Scarface. It's just obviously it was at the time a more updated take on him because they wanted to do one in the 80s when they came out with the movie. I never knew that. I thought that was really cool. I
didn't know that either. Thank
you. It was a big deal when they were kind of going through with the production for it. But yeah, and apparently De Niro turned the role down. I'm so glad that Pacino did it. Not that I like him so much more, but for the kind of actor he is.
You know what I think about Al Pacino? Or what, Robert De Niro? He's a fucking cockroach, man.
There you go.
Cockroach.
That was good.
There you go.
He has so many one-liners that just made me chuckle to myself. I think one of them was all I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for anyone, or something like that. And overall, it's a good movie. It's good. It's cool to see kind of how they depict it, or really just, I guess, his acting with their own depiction of Scarface. I like the movie. There's other kind of gangster ones I really liked. I will admit, after watching Narcos, the TV show, all the way through, I liked it less than after seeing that, because I love those ones so much, but this one was really good.
Dude, Tiger Fat hit the fucking nail on that, dude. The chainsaw scene gave me nightmares as a kid. Watched it recently and it was nothing. Shows how desensitized violence can become. Yeah, I remember, like I said, when I first watched this movie, after hearing how great it was, that scene in particular, like, still sticks out to me now. And yeah, it's like relatively tame, but holy shit, it's good.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Dean had such good stuff to say about it, because when I picked it, I felt like Dean wasn't happy. So I was like, oh, great. Dean's in
I was giving you shit.
My movie, man. Oh, okay. That's usual. But I kind of got put on the spot because I didn't even know it was my turn to pick this. And so I was thinking, and then I ended up picking this because I have the Present Toys Scarface on order. I don't know what it's called exactly, but I know it's from Present Toys, and it's the version of him in the white suit when he goes to is it Colombia where Sosa is? He's in Colombia, right? Anyway, that suit that he's in with Sosa when he tells him that, look, I got two things in this world, and this is my word and my balls, and I don't break them for no one. So it's this version, but it's from Present Toys. Mm-hmm. So that's why I ended up picking this movie. But I love this movie. When me and my brother were little, we had always talked about, like, when we're older and we can finally get tattoos, we're going to get "The World Is Yours" tattooed on our forearms. Like, now that I'm an adult, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to fucking do that. But we were always like, yeah, well, I'm still an asshole.
He took his brother to get the tattoo, and then after when it was his turn, he walked out.
But I always thought that was a really cool, like, motto or like a phrase. "The world is yours," and just everything about Al Pacino. He's a badass. After watching the movie like several times, you kind of think like, dude, he didn't have a very long run. This fucking guy, like, he was in and he was out.
Yeah.
And then I feel bad for fucking Manny, dude, in this movie. Like, this dude is only trying to help this guy. Like, arguably, this guy wouldn't have shit without this dude.
Yeah.
And then, spoilers if you haven't seen this movie that's this old, but he fucking kills him because he slept with his sister. Because he married his sister.
He was Who else would you want your sister to be at that point?
Yeah, but
he knew. It's not even like he like was a bad dude about it either. It's like he did like you said, he married her. It's not like he slept with her and like left her.
Yeah, but he
did everything right.
He knew the world that Manny was in, his world, and he didn't want his sister to be involved in that. You got to look at it from the big brother perspective.
You're gonna shoot me if I go over there and sleep with your sister, dude?
You're damn right. If I'm getting high on my own supply and I don't know where I am, damn right.
Thought we were closer than that.
Yeah, Eddie, you can't play.
Eddie, I'd shoot you over the hot toy conversation, let alone deal with this. No, I'm kidding. I love you, man.
But yeah, I just after watching, I was like, damn, dude, Manny really drew the short stick in this film. But there's just so many quotable lines in this movie, and I'm a big movie quote guy. I'm always throwing them out there when I'm with regular people. They make fun of me for it, but and I think my favorite line from this whole movie is when he's in the hot tub and he's talking shit to Michelle Pfeiffer like he does throughout the whole movie, and he's like, he pisses her off, so she takes off and he's like, "Elvira, I was only kidding." That's my favorite scene, dude. He's like, that makes me laugh every time. But
you Wonder Bread? What did he call her? A piece of Wonder Bread or something?
Yeah, Wonder Bread.
There's so many scenes with bigger meanings that you don't fully realize until you're older too. Like in that scene when when it just zooms out and he's sitting in the tub all alone in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and there's so many other things that they try and display with the directing in it. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you watch it when you're at a younger age. I don't think you can really appreciate the storytelling. Can you?
What?
What were you saying?
He said fly pelican. He put it on the screen. So I said,
fly pelican. You can't appreciate the storytelling. It's. I think they did a great job. I think it's the American dream. He managed to get into the country thanks to Castro, and started from scratch, built an empire. And he caused his own.
I don't know if we should be.
I'm about to finish.
Thanking Castro for anything, but okay.
I was gonna say he was the American dream was started from the bottom there like that. But what I'm trying to say is he was a victim to his own demise, right? He caused his own demise.
Hoisted by his own petard.
That's it. He got greedy and got high on his own supply, and it led to his
Hey, man.
Unfortunately.
He never fucked over anyone who didn't have it coming to him, okay? You fucking Canadian
Dude,
cockroach.
if you didn't say that, I wouldn't even have fucking thought about that. He tells him in the beginning, like, there's rules, and he breaks the first 2 rules. What the fuck?
I am Tony Montana, a political prisoner from Cuba.
Or when he says, like, you get that scar from eating pussy? And he's like,
What do you mean, man?
How the fuck you get a scar from eating pussy, hey?
You're doing it wrong.
I like when he... No, you know what the best part was? The best part was when him and Manny are sitting, like, at the table, and a chick comes by, and he's like, watch this. You want to see how you attract the chicks? You go...
Look.
And then he's like, what are you, a
Looks like a
fucking lizard? KG, did you get to watch it?
No, unfortunately, I couldn't. I didn't have a Netflix subscription, so I couldn't.
That's okay, but it's worth a good watch when you have
He
time.
couldn't get
Yeah, I'll
past
definitely
the
watch one of
age
these days.
restriction.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Okay, next movie.
Poor KG. I'm just kidding, buddy.
Next movie.
You're a good kid.
For next week. I'm going to choose one from back in the day. I don't know if anyone's ever watched this.
Your day or mine?
Well, we're around the same time.
Or Mario's day?
No, I didn't say back in the century. I said back in the day. No.
I don't
Indian
know if
in
you could... Oh, shit. Say it.
Indian in the Cupboard.
Wow. Wow.
That's the
You
one.
guys are coming with some solid choices, and I feel like I'm just fucked up, dude.
That's like a childhood movie right
dude,
there.
that's... You and Zach so far have really surprised me with your choices. I appreciate you guys.
All right, so that's the one, guys.
Dude, when...
And it's not an actual Indian in the cupboard. There's a story to it. So.
when
I mean, it is an Indian in the cupboard.
When
that's what it is.
When Eddie said, "You're gonna pick a movie from Mario's time," I was like, I don't know if we could watch Charlie Chaplin movies.
Oh no, dude!
Poor Mario, he's not even here. Happy birthday, Mario, you angel! I love that guy.
All right, Zach, hit it.
Zach, your mic's not working.
Zach's dazed a little
Oh, has
bit.
he been talking this whole time? I was like, he's been quiet, man.
I know.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, your
no,
mic
it's
is
good.
off. Dude, that happened to me a second ago. Oh, there you go.
No, I muted it on the stream deck. Sorry. I was gonna say it's not streamable. So how are we gonna watch it? It's not on.
It's
part of the criteria, John. It's not
It's on Netflix.
We're gonna have to watch it together. It's not on American
Canadian
Netflix.
Oh, Canadian Netflix. Wow,
Here's
you
a look at
look.
Here's a look at
What an
what a
asshole.
fucking guy. Here's a look at the July Patreon benefits. We have the clip sticker, 1,000 subscriber sticker, which is coming soon, and the Mount Collect More magnet. Someone's headphones are causing some echo, but these are the 3 benefits, and then we also have a fourth and and maybe even a 5th item. So for the What a Guy tier, someone can solo cam we picked up some 1,000 keychains. So there's a look at those right there. And yeah, these are going to be going out to the What a Guys.
What a bunch of guys.
Bless you.
Oh,
Let's thank our Patreonies. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
In Al Pacino's voice.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I want to thank Ben Porter. I'm not gonna do that. I feel like I got canceled for some of this. Anyway, Ben Porter, Sean Fear, Ian Seavey, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Kreb, Big Ol' Fern, King Zach, Susan Mariquin, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick De Gregorio, Alvin Jules, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Bo LeBoyd, Jimmy James, Mario Cortez, happy birthday, buddy, Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Lord Voldemort, Eddie Manzanares in the chat. Oh, Eddie Manzanares, man, is a fucking cockroach. I'm just kidding. Wait, I didn't get to finish. Lord Voldemort. Oh, Eddie Manzanares, Joe Corvus, and Joe Chetbeeks Corvus, sorry.
Thank you.
And Mr. and Mrs. J.B.
Going back, sorry,
He's
I
not a
was having
cockroach, guys. He's a good guy.
I was having a sneezing fit. But let's go back to these keychains real quick. Yeah, these are great. They're made out of acrylic. Very nice. You got a little bit of a protective film on there you can rip off. We only ordered exactly as many as we needed. So if you want this and you sign up, we'll order more. But yeah, these are pretty neat. Eddie Maestro says if you could. Oh, okay,
Don't
yeah,
do that.
it's LE.
Don't
Yeah, I'm
fucking
sorry.
do it.
I'm so sorry. We have 3 tiers. The Sweet Angel tier, $5 a month. Stickers sent straight to your door and access to Ox After Dark. Certified Crispy, which is the Certified Crispy certificate on your first pledge. Assistance with figure fixes and all the benefits of the previous tier. And the What a Guy tier, the 18x24 silhouette poster. Doubles of all the stickers we send. 1 sculpt year painted by Darkside Customs. And all the benefits of the previous tiers. On this tier, depending on if you're international, we may have to charge postage for the posters, or we can email you a free signed printable file. So definitely some great options there. We're partnering with the Trevor Project for Pride. It's the last week of this. I think we've sold a few shirts. So what were we saying?
I don't know if you could say we're partnering with them. They don't know we exist.
I'm
just
partnering.
donating the money.
Okay, well, fucking Jesus Christ. We're donating money in a partnership form with the Trevor Project.
Yeah.
Via a partnership. And we have a Pride 2021 shirt there. So if you want to rock that swag, 100% of all the income that we get from that will go towards the Trevor Project. As far as the network goes, Small Talk is recording this Thursday. They have a bonus episode with Dorklair. OFAC is also recording Thursday. Collecting Rarities put up an episode on Sunday. In and Outs is, I think they're off this Friday. Eddie, am I mistaken there?
Yeah, we're off.
Yeah.
CW Live Unboxing was Monday. We had a great show there. After Dark tomorrow, Wednesday at 10:30. Ox Plays. I put up a flight this morning from de Gaulle in France to Gatwick in England. And then clips. I think Eddie and I are going to work on... I think I'm going to start doing some of the clips to help Eddie out. So that's going to be kind of both of our project for clips. And then I wanted to show the new Ox Airlines logo courtesy of Manny the Man Gonzalez. So this is our new icon that's going to go on the plane. Maybe we'll make some swag for it. But
It's actually pretty sweet.
I love it.
Yeah. Great job, Manny. You continue to amaze me.
Because right now I just have the icon on the tail, but it's not really like a logo designed for a plane, so it kind of looks not very plainish. But yeah, so Ox Airlines.
That's high praise.
We now have a logo for our plane. So Manny, thank you for that. What a guy. Collecting Weekly Auxiliary is where you can find us on Facebook. We do a lot of chatting there outside of the regular program. So if you want to join in on that discussion, please do. As far as shout-outs go, 6 Scale Scavengers, Optical 20, JB Collection, Paradox Nerd, Boogie Manny, DCX, Rogue 16, third-party reviews, and John the Everyday Collector. KG, tell us about your channel. I know we put you through the gamut today, so tell us about what you do on YouTube.
Or not. Just
Scrambling.
Do you hate it when your AirPods die?
KG. Earth to KG.
I don't... Can you hear us? I can't.
KG.
Zach, you're mute.
It's all you.
KG, your mic is on mute, my guy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had mic trouble. Anyways, what were you going to say?
Wait, how long have you not been listening?
No. It was just right now.
Okay.
We're still talking about the Hot Toys Beskar, Mando. What do you think?
I said
Jesus, dude.
No. I heard.
I was saying, KG, tell us about your channel.
Oh, yeah. Well, my channel is just basically, talking about Hot Toy reviews. Oh, my goes there again. All right. Well, anyways, yeah. So, my Hot Toys is based on, just buyer pass videos on releases, announcements, and sometimes, now I'm trying to do, reviews and thoughts, not unboxings necessarily, but just reviews over in general for figures. And yeah, that's basically my channel right now currently. So.
I think KG, make sure your AirPods are selected on your mic. I think they just cut out for a second.
That's
Really? Oh, then maybe that's why, because I'm hearing. Yeah, hold on.
But yeah, KG has a great channel. I know he's getting back to making content. Does a lot of day one reactions to new releases. So definitely a great kid in the community.
Puts those videos
says,
up quick,
"What's up,
too."
everyone?" Yeah, puts up videos quick. I wanted to also show this. So we do have another we got access to with YouTube. So it's called channel memberships. So right now we just have 2 right now. We have some different badges for people that sign up, some custom emojis you can use in the comments. So we have the peps, the fuck that guy, so many bees, and then the icon.
So many bees. Why you have so many bees?
I love that.
We have 2 tiers, so the 99 cents, which is the lowest we can make it. Actually, we were going to put it like as 1 penny, is for the Patreon only tier. So if you're not a Patreon, don't use this one. And then for $2.99 a month, we have the Peanut Gallery tier. So
that's hilarious.
So
I was wondering when the Peanut Gallery was coming back into play.
That is some copyright infringement right there.
Oh, sorry about that, buddy. But that is...
No, any work you produce on the channel stays on the channel, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
I didn't sign a contract.
Well...
It's more of a verbal agreement.
It's a verbal agreement. So yeah, just another way to kind of get some cool features in the comments, and then also to have some custom emojis. But yeah, I think it's a cool little tool that we got access to today. But go check out KG's channel. It's KG Collector on YouTube. He's a great guy. We hopefully we didn't scare KG off today with our rants.
Dude,
and
did
oh no, I really enjoyed today's discussion. I can't wait to come back.
Yeah, definitely.
KG's getting out of the hobby because of us.
Anyways, as far as shout outs go, do you guys have anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, can I shout out Eddie? Was not expecting him to be here today. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, I missed Eddie.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone said you were not going to be here this week. You were still in the mountains.
I came back today and I was missing.
You rallied
streams,
like Bane.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Can we stop it with the Bane rally?
Jeez.
No, that's a thing.
Shout out to Mario again. Birthday. Hope you had a good time, buddy.
Happy birthday, man.
All the best.
Yeah, shout out Mario.
That's right.
Shout out to my wife Victoria. It was
my wife.
There you go. It was our 6-year anniversary on Sunday. So obviously she's incredibly important to the show. I know, she's not really on the air that often, but every minute that I'm in here, she's usually doing mom stuff on her own with our child. So, just kind of keep that in mind. She's also working on Dean's drawing for the new CW artwork, so she has a sketch there.
Is that Dean or Thor?
Dude, look at fucking Jason. This is Jason Momoa. What the hell?
It's like Thor, man.
Congrats, Zach.
That looks pretty good, man.
But yes.
Sorry, this is not stealing Victoria's thunder at all, because I know she does so much, and you just made me think of it. So in any way, this is flattering to you and Victoria, but also shout out to Adriana, because she has been... I've been having issues in this new place with sound and everything, and she's been trying to like soundproof the room for me while I was gone. She bought a rug, and
it sounds better today than it did.
Yeah, it sounds great.
I mean, honestly, it's Thursday. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I have to fire this kid. But no, I'm just kidding. It sounds, Adriana, thank you. It sounds great. How dare you?
And shout out to Dylan for coming on today.
I know, yeah, dude.
Manny says my wife, and both of our trigger words. Yeah, you can't say either of those on CW without immediately getting
both of my wives.
KG, do you have any shout outs you want to give, my guy?
With Mario and JB Collection. So
yeah, everyone go sub to KG's YouTube channel. He's a great kid. He's got a bright future ahead of him in the biz, as we call it. And yeah, hopefully
high praise.
Hopefully you guys enjoy the new additions to the #FundTheAlita campaign with the channel memberships. Just kidding. No, it's just another way for us to continue to improve our quality. Manny says shout out to Oxair.
It's fucked up.
Jumbo, baby. How dare you, Dylan? How dare you?
Jumbo.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Eddie.
KG. Oh.
God damn it, KG.
And you know what the most important is?
The invitation.
I'm Jonathan.
Gone.
Shout out to Dean for rallying like Bane and waking up to join the show.
Dude, I'm so sorry, dude. I was on the couch and me and my sister were watching. I don't even remember. And I set an alarm, but I think I put AM instead of PM. And I woke up, it was like 8:50. I was like, "Fuck!"
And then he rallied like Bane.
Yeah, I rallied like Bane. And I came through, and I apologize to everybody.
Looked like you were jerking off 2 peanuts. Like that.
Anyways, we'll catch you on the next episode.
You're a fucking piece of shit, you know.
Do we get a bye?
Bye.